Welcome to Project Metaverse. It's Meta Monday. I'm your host and GM, James Durham. Joining me at the table today is Andy Dobrowski, Jess Weaver, Luke Amundsen, Helen Roundhill, and Christian Doyle. What is Project Metaverse? Project Metaverse is the story of ordinary people put into extraordinary circumstances, caught between the struggles of ancient enemies. They use high-tech metapods and places of power to enter a place called the Metaverse, merging into the bodies of avatars on other worlds, gaining astonishing abilities, and overcoming tremendous challenges. Project Metaverse, along with all of our other amazing Zoe content, is 100% fan-supported. Go and visit our Patreon page now to find out how you can help support our show and other shows like it, like Masters of the Metaverse, Strowlers, and the just recently funded Journey Quest. We got that 3.5 Kickstarter through, and a stretch goal. I am really, really proud of all you guys. Thank you to everyone who contributed to that.
Congratulations!
Very, very awesome. Our Patreon poll results are in, and here's our results for this week. Helen, plus 40 hit points and plus 10 to one roll today.
Wow.
Luke, plus 20 hit points and plus 4 to one roll today. Jess, plus 30 hit points, plus 10 to one roll today, and plus 1 to one roll today.
Oh.
You are definitely the fan favorite this time.
What do you mean this time? She's been pretty solid the last few weeks.
I think, yeah.
They're like, we like her because she has a conscience.
That's why they don't like me.
And like
Got it. All right.
Of course it is.
Andy, we're doing plus 20 hit points and plus 4 to one roll. And me, I get plus 30 and plus 6 to one roll. It kind of went down from last week. I understand. You heard my singing.
You let me into an avatar. It was a terrible idea.
I'd also like to take a moment and thank some of our Patreon subscribers. I'd like to make a very special thank you to Matthew O'Brien. Thank you.
Thank
Like
you.
to
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew.
A special thank you to John Knapp. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you so much.
And a special thank you to Abigail Roberts. Thank you, Abigail.
Thank you, Abigail.
Now, points. I want to remind you, points is its own little special sub-game. You don't have to focus on it. Please don't focus on it, or you'll miss a lot of key fun story elements. But if you play along, you will find, just like last week, you earn points just by being here, just by playing along, and just by participating and watching. Now, our current point totals have Wyatt Maxwell at 16,965 points.
Woo!
Andy James at 12,750 points.
Making some progress, yes.
Maddox McFernan at 16,025 points.
Ooh.
Brony Robbins at 16,205 points.
Oh.
Tom at 25,000 points.
You did.
And Chat at 49,122 points.
Oh.
Well done, Chad.
Very well done, Chat. Very, very well done.
If we could convince Chad to mine Bitcoin, we'd all be rich.
Stinking,
put that out there.
filthy.
I don't think that's how that works.
It could.
All we need is their computer. That's all we need.
I am definitely more trustworthy than this man.
You look trustworthy.
Previously on Project Metaverse. What started as a lucrative playtesting contract for a new, immersive virtual reality experience turned out to be a lot more than you bargained for. After reaching the top 50 competitors, you were placed in a team of pilots and granted access to Tactical Operations Matrix. It was then that you began to question what you had been told. Once Tom disabled your immersion inhibitors, it was only a matter of time before you discovered that the places you visited within these metapods were in fact real. As you began to unravel the mystery, Tom, believing Andy James to be in danger, assisted her in escaping the Project Metaverse facility with her newfound powers of speed and strength. The dangers and risks became all too real then, as the facility entered a lockdown, and you became more like prisoners than playtesters. In a bold move, Tom set events in motion to free his team and have Andy rejoin them in the Metaverse. In a race to stop an unknown apocalyptic threat to all of mankind, Tom and his team pursue the pilots from Masters of the Metaverse, finding themselves currently within the Weird West at the end of the Second Civil War.
Those adorable bastards.
Their avatars, notorious outlaws and war criminals on the run from the forces of King Teddy of Yosemite. They have reluctantly, and for their own reasons, accepted the task set before them by Samuel Clemens to deliver a letter to General Custer in San Antonio, requesting his support and fealty to the independent democracy of Texas. With luck and effort, if they follow the course of these avatars' lives and don't die, Tom has assured them that a gateway to the next metaverse will be found. What happens next? Stay tuned to find out on Project Metaverse. Credits, right? When we left off last week, Brony Robbins was not present in his avatar, but John Wesley was on watch in that lovely little decrepit farmhouse with its blood-stained beds and other marks of violence. You are definitely back in John Wesley. You're very confused as to why this is you remember falling asleep in the barn. Not this barn.
Different bloodstains.
And different blood.
But at the same time, you now have access inside of John Wesley of his memories. You have these memories. You were just in El Paso. You killed some people and some kind of monsters or another. It's kind of fuzzy. There was Mark Twain, and you think you have a crush on Billy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, you want to kill her less.
That's really what it's about.
I mean, you remember being in John in the barn, falling asleep after you guys had cleared the flood, and then you remember like a great crushing weight and feeling like you were suffocating, and now you're back here. It feels like a split second of time has passed. Just like a split second since you. But in John Wesley's mind, you can tell that days have passed since you've been here.
Also, I sling-bladed the shit out of you. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Your companions are all asleep and alive, it seems.
For now.
And there's creaking on the roof above the barn, as if something is moving on it.
What's the date?
You're not sure. You think it's a Monday.
I've been very less bad this year, so could be old Saint whatever his name is. Well, I quietly awaken the closest companion to me. Quietly.
It's Doc. And Doc, you are roused from your slumber. Same as it ever was. Hellfire and damnation.
Mm-hmm.
You listen closely. You don't really hear anything. Maybe the wind. But something you do notice is that definitely is not Tom inside of John Wesley there.
First hashtag meta point of the night.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
I hear something that sounds like my knees.
We'll deal with it later. Shall we wake them up?
Yeah.
Gently. Yeah.
You managed to wake up Billy fairly quietly, though not happily. But Jesse wakes with a start.
What's going on?
There's something on the roof.
Can I ride it?
Probably.
None of you hear a damn thing. But again, all three of you now notice that is certainly not Tom occupying the form of John Wesley. Where the hell has Brony been?
My hat's full of unoiled machine parts, it turns out. A hat that I didn't have until just now.
Brony, where have you been?
I don't know. I'm still gonna whisper because I still hear shit on the roof.
There's nothing on the roof.
There are shingles in the very least, or be fresh.
It's true.
So where were you?
I don't know. I went to sleep in a differenter barn. A more different barn.
You don't remember the chest and the flood and the flirtations and the death and none of
I
that?
don't know.
You don't
whose
remember
chest
the
you're
amazing
talking about.
forgery that I've been doing?
Tom, quietly. Do you know where Brony was?
Do you know where I was?
Tom,
Nothing.
did you kill Tom?
I don't think so.
I mean, he's a
Tom
murderous
die?
asshole, but I don't think he's able to kill a sentient,
I'll tell you this much.
whatever the hell Tom
Usually,
is.
when I don't remember what happened, I did kill a lot of people.
Oh, geez.
Well, you
Usually.
did kill a lot of people, just,
So there you go. I don't think I killed
Not-
Tom.
you know.
And can Tom even die?
That's my question.
I don't know where I've been. I don't know what I've been doing. I just know that I got.
Would you mind terribly telling them that I am fine?
Oh, that's real uncomfortable.
What?
What's real uncomfortable?
I
I mean, I'm sleeping on the kitchen.
I think Tom's inside me. I think Tom is inside. Well, in my head, Tom's in my head. He got in somehow. This is.
Okay, what's he saying?
He's fine.
Tom's fine.
Tom says he's fine. You're fine, right?
Why can't he appear like he usually does?
I am unsure of that.
He is unsure of that.
So you're saying that Tom was in me?
Well,
Yeah.
and now apparently he's hopped on over because but I'm still here though.
Wait, you're clean, right? Because not anymore.
I assure you, I am not here by choice,
Well, that's just rude.
but I am still here to serve.
Okay, what?
He is not here by choice, but he's here to serve. You're here to serve.
Do you know what happened to Brony? Where he went?
He went offline momentarily and I took over.
How long?
How does somebody go offline? Was he?
I
Are your bodies safe?
Wait, when I get back to my body, am I going to be,
Are we in the
packing
pods?
some treasure?
I don't see how you could not be in the pods.
If you're in the pods, you're
well,
here.
that's taken care of. I think. I hope. It's been a long time.
So if we want to talk to Tom, we talk to you?
I guess so. It's like the worst game of telephone ever,
Or the best.
or the best.
Can we
apparently.
trust her? I mean, I kind of do. I don't know why, but can we trust her? Maybe she's making it up.
Wow. All this time we
Okay,
spent together.
Tell us
You
something
don't
only
Okay,
Tom
Tom.
would know.
Tell us something only Tom would know.
literally anything about this universe.
Okay, where's Jebediah? Ask him where
Where's
Jebediah.
Jebediah, Tom?
Well, I'm not with Jebediah, so I don't know.
So now,
That's not going to be a satisfactory
I am
answer for
here
them.
with you currently, although I can access information. I can't see anywhere but what you see right now. It's
He doesn't know
Disgusting.
where Jebediah is. He can only see what's here. So I guess Tom's offline too, in a way. He just,
Shad Devlorat, Quest Bass, Quet Stigbuzz, Hashtag Metapoint Quet, Lotolo, Chegas Nathanid AAS, Ash Sub Jag Drod Cap Hidim Ectos Assad, Pumads Twism Kid Extra, Akila
It's
Daga
orcish.
Playoshirt Sharzoo,
he's
Hashtag Metapoint Potsert Skull Duds Casual, Bart Frawlin.
all this, yeah.
What did he say? Does
I
that...
I think that translates to meta point?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for the meta point.
Thank you for the
Thank you.
orcish meta point. That's awesome.
Was
That
it
is
Seth?
impressive. That is truly impressive.
Elinded Ruby.
God, it's no woods.
Okay, so do you know anything that only Tom would know so we can trust Andy?
I know everything that only Tom would know.
Okay,
he knows
Tom.
everything that only Tom would know.
All right, that was snarky as shit. It's him.
True.
But I'm not snarky as shit.
You're a different kind of snark.
I'm the cute kind of
You are.
snarky.
I am also very cute. 15% cuter than my former
Now this
incarnation.
could be just you two.
I'm sorry.
going
I would
back
just
and
like
forth.
he seems to think that he's 15% cuter than his former incarnation, and I think that's actually true because he's inside me now.
That tracks. Oh, really? 15% cuter gets inside you?
You're selling yourself short.
What time is it? It's high noon. No, wait, that's wrong. It's hashtag meltdown time.
Oh, thank you, Paximo.
Oh, and that's the full meltdown right there. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, look.
I'm seeing
I have this over here to use. Oh, my. That's definitely going to be happening very soon.
Oh, dear. I am excited, I think.
Tom's excited. Well, yeah, he's real excited.
I did not say that. They can't hear me. This is vexing.
Nothing you don't need to know about.
So at this point, you hear a loud scraping noise on the wall of the barn. outside.
Okay, I heard that one. Okay, I heard that.
Like it's sliding along the outside of the wall.
Wait,
Is it a train?
I saw a movie once. You asleep?
You are not asleep.
Ow! No.
Oh yeah, Tom says you're not asleep.
Okay, what weapons do we have? We have no more juice, right? Do you have your dispenser? Who has the hot drink dispenser? It's you.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Who has the hot drink dispenser?
Oh, well, maybe.
I had the hot drink dispenser.
Okay, do we have that still? What else do we have on board? I have my guns. Wait, you guys, there's
My guns.
Are there
screaming on the side of the barn.
boxes?
Is no one else nervous about that? Did you see?
Of course
what
you're nervous about that.
I was nervous before the scraping started, remember?
Okay, yeah,
I'm
but
just
now we're on your
nervous.
side. Now we
All
get
right,
it.
all right, cool.
Okay.
Whatever is outside is now aware of how many people are inside.
Whatever is outside is now aware of how many people are inside.
That's a good point. So,
Okay,
we know which side of the barn it's on. Are there any other exits to this barn what I don't know nothing about on account of
Can we just shoot through the walls and hope we hit it?
Well, it is made
As
out
the
of
noise reaches the far end of the wall, it turns the corner. Now seems to be going around the back end.
Can we say hello?
Are there any entrances on that side that it's
No,
on
it's just the main barn entrance.
Okay, you know, I'm gonna make. I was gonna say I'd make a quick dash, but you're the fast one. Can you like open the door real quick, peek your head around the corner, and see what it is?
It's a pretty big door. It's not just open it a little. I mean, it's a barn door.
Okay, so you slip through. You're tiny and fast. I will close the door once you come back in. Okay? You want
Her idea has merit, although it puts everyone in danger. Might I suggest you try the hayloft?
What?
Yeah, that's a great idea, Tom. I'm gonna climb up to the hayloft and see if we're gonna look over.
So, you know, it's got that nice big broad opening that haylofts tend to
Yeah, I think
have.
I'm probably gonna.
I got a little time, but if you want to roll in the hay,
She's
I
already
just don't
rolling in
think-
the hay.
All right, bye.
I mean, I can roll in the hay by myself.
What do we have in the barn? In
Though I guess I'm not really by myself.
Do we have pitchforks? Do we have any kind of weaponry at all?
Well,
Rope?
we have our guns. Well, I want to look around the barn and see what's here for
Yeah.
weapons. While you go look.
Well, you have your guns. I mean, I
Is
suppose
there
there's some old farming and implements and the like.
Is there
Sure.
a cotton gin?
No, there's no cotton gin. You're in the
One of
wrong
these
part of the
days.
country.
One of these days.
Might be some bathtub gin.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, I didn't hear that, but I assume what you were thinking was.
There might be some
alcohol.
bathtub gin, yeah. Except you don't drink.
Is there anything? Well, I might start.
No.
We learned that was bad.
Yeah, you don't touch alcohol. Let me remind
There's
you.
like a little
You don't-
sea shanty play with it.
Let Mr. Munson know that how many days he has missed.
Oh, you've missed? Oh, God. How many days has he missed, Tom?
Oh, you'd be going on 4 days. Then.
You've missed 4 days, and in that time we established you were never drinking again.
No.
Oh.
Ever.
Neither am I, might I add. I'm never drinking again.
Okay, but are you never drinking again the way that people are like, oh, I'm never drinking again? Then
Yeah,
tomorrow
like a
you're
college
drinking
kid
again.
does, yeah.
okay.
Is there anything on fire in this barn that I see?
No.
Lanterns or anything? Okay. Good.
Nothing is currently on fire.
Are you going to check?
It's pretty
what-
dark.
I'm on fire.
Are you going to
Well,
check what's
yeah,
on top?
but that's different.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's
Now,
kind of
most
like a really
barns-
large window up in the loft, and it's pretty dark
I was
out
gonna
there,
say,
and you can
most
only have
barns
one
a hay
vantage.
door. We
You
should
don't
probably look
see
through
anything there, but if that noise continues, it should be whatever it is coming.
Yeah, if you
within
guys are comfortable waiting another 2.5 minutes while it comes around the side of the barn and then the front of it,
Right
yeah, I
when
can
it
tell you
reaches
what it
that
looks
corner
like.
where it should start to step into view, the noise just stops. Nothing steps into view.
We defeated it.
You're just looking out into the dark.
Okay, can I go to that corner of the barn and kind of like see what happens?
Exactly that.
Yes.
That's exactly what happens.
Okay.
You
That.
go to the corner.
They're not.
Not a noise after. Not a
They
single
don't.
sound.
They don't.
Well, it's not a cartoon.
Yeah, you're sure there wasn't any two bits?
I mean, I know the musical episode's done. But...
I assure you, on this show, if a cartoon rabbit suddenly jumps in and starts singing anything, you need to run.
But there's
Duly
nothing.
noted, Tom.
There's no goop.
Sound advice.
There's
No
no
goop.
No
Okay.
goop.
No goop.
Is goop significant? I
No.
feel like goop might be significant.
Well, it might be.
Quiet.
Or here.
2 minutes pass.
2
Dead
minutes.
quiet.
Okay.
3.
Should
Can
we
I throw something
fortify
at
the door regardless? Maybe?
You can pick up something to
Since
throw it towards
we're
that
here-
corner. But
I like
there's no
that plan.
It to
Okay,
throw it
we're
at.
gonna
You're just throwing
fortify the
word.
door while everyone else is waiting in silence.
So you're going to barricade yourself inside the barn?
It seems stupid when you say it like that, but yeah.
Do we still have
Are
horses?
the horses with us?
You can
Your
use,
horses are.
You can use those large,
could
heavy,
ride
very
off into
flammable
the-
bales of hay.
What? I feel like Tom's saying something.
Yes, sorry. Tom is saying that we could use some very flammable bales of hay. He did emphasize flammable.
They are hay.
They are, hey.
Do we?
Hey.
Hey. Do we? Does anyone have a?
I see what you did there. It was like a greeting.
Yeah.
No, that didn't feel right.
Tom, we're going to have to talk about your social graces later.
Very well. Although we are stuck in this body together for some time.
Wait,
least it
how
seems-
long?
For thou's not used to Orcish, it was good morning. How are you? What do you have for sale? Hashtag meta point what? 10 for that. You must be mad. I meant your price is too low. Let me pay double. Please put down the axe. Send in the bard first. Go away.
That was the translation of the Orcish.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
for the
very, very
translation.
much.
Thank you, Jack.
So the silence.
Someone definitely studied remedial Orcish, I can tell. You got your conjugation. It's great job.
And it's a language made up by a stupid person, so it's even cooler than that. Love you, Matt. Kinda. Platonically. Not even.
I'll forgive that once.
Oh, did you help?
No,
Oh, thank you.
but I'll forgive that once.
You get. We know what side our waffle is buttered on.
Yeah, I have a real job, so I'm cool.
Cool.
How fun is that?
Terrible.
Yeah.
And yet, here you are.
Gotta have fun somehow.
They asked.
2-3 minutes
And
of
thank
silence.
you.
Nothing.
Can I throw a bale of hay at it?
You are not. Oh, you are.
I am.
You
are.
could definitely throw a bale of hay over
This
there.
body is not, but you are. This is fantastic.
Lifting with rage.
Oh, I like this.
I'm gonna stop enjoying my body so much, Tom.
Okay, she's talking a lot to herself.
I'm a little
and
worried.
this is gonna be.
No, I'm having comfort. You can't hear him.
No, I cannot.
I don't remember the last 4 days, and this worries me.
Yeah, no,
So-
this worries me too.
Okay.
So we're on the
Which
same.
oddly, it wasn't like this when Tom was inside you, so I don't know. Maybe you
No,
were
when-
special.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I've got questions.
Yeah.
So Tom was inside me. There's goo I need to worry about. What is going on?
I
We
inhabited.
are trying to figure that out.
I inhabited John Wesley Harden for the last 4 days while you were offline.
Tom inhabited John Wesley Harden for the last 4 days while you were offline.
And he shit up.
Not just you.
Not just
Well, all right.
Mr.
But-
Munson's influence on Mr. Harden is quite calming.
Mr. Munson.
Clearly.
By comparison, yes.
Influence.
Do I have any scars or anything I didn't have a couple weeks?
Only
No,
emotional
again, you have those
ones.
vague memories of John's of killing 4 men and then killing some
Yeah,
kind of
but I
monster.
have
then
so
killing
many
several more.
memories of
But these are
doing-
very fresh ones, you know. Like just the other day, you killed 4 men.
You didn't get to enjoy
Paper.
it, though.
Because I'm curious as to who will get to choose the item. Have a #LOOT box.
Oh, thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.
you.
Can I get that? See if there's a torch in there.
That's a
Can I
good
get-
idea.
Yeah, I would like to open that loot box.
Always get the
Yeah.
Well, you should have just said
What do you require, Andy James?
Let's all open it together.
Can
wait.
I put my hand on the lid while you guys? Let's all put our hands on the
Okay.
lid while it's opening. So it's all of ours.
Yep.
Ah,
So it's all of ours. This toy. Is
I'm
not
up
gonna
in
be
the
all of
hay
ours.
bale, so I hope your arms are real long.
Okay. Well, yeah. My hands on the lid.
repeat.
I'm not using my arm.
Andy James, please repeat after me. Do you want Captain Planet Because this is how you get Captain Planet.
Do you want Captain Planet? Because this is how you get Captain Planet.
I kind of want Captain
Actually,
Planet.
yes.
Let's get fire.
Ready?
Yep.
Heart! Earth!
Wind.
I understand the reference. They're doing very well. I wish I was Kwame. Andy James, what do you require?
Well, a high-powered flashlight wouldn't be too bad.
Wait, is he
Or a
asking you something?
flamethrower. He wants to know what I need.
Very well.
Oh.
Does that mean you
In
get
the box,
done chose
in
the
the
form
box,
of the destructor.
in the box are 4 high-powered flashlights / flamethrowers.
Yeah!
So this is like this button's a flamethrower and this button's a flashlight?
Yeah, don't confuse them.
What's Zorg Industries?
Okay, before we start torching shit,
I just want to see what this thing is.
Well, in British, it's going to be the same thing either way. So, wait, is the high-powered flashlight high-powered enough to torch shit as well? Or like if
It's
we
very
point
delicate.
it,
Like if we point it long enough,
It's
it'll
mag
start
light
smoldering.
powered, basically.
Okay.
It's
That's-
good, but it's not, you know.
okay. Got
It's a separate button.
It's at least-
dedicated flamethrower button.
It's at least as good as those scary white guys sell on TV during the infomercials.
okay, you know what I would like to do right now?
Everything.
I'm gonna climb out of the hay bear window and
Okay.
using my athletics, I'm gonna climb onto the roof and use the flashlight to flash in that corner real quick, okay?
All right, give me some athletics roll there. Let's climb up on the roof.
You should have said use the hay elevator.
Hey, elevator.
Wouldn't have
Hey,
to-
elevator.
Hey, elevator.
How about a lift?
Oh.
Darth doesn't appreciate talking about his wife like that.
Okay. 3, 12. Oh, dang.
We do have some meta points
I
out
know,
there
I
if
was
you
just
wanna-
gonna say, how many meta points do we have?
Oh, there are currently 4 on the board.
Boom.
Gonna use one?
2.
2? All
You're
right.
going to player?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You going full pilot?
Yeah.
Well, you know, one like the rest of you, her pilot isn't a softie.
Hey, my pilot kicked ass last week.
I'm seriously worried about the
Okay.
state of my pilot's pants right now. There are some concerns. I was offline for a long time.
Yeah, probably long enough to where you really have to go to the bathroom because Tom didn't know how.
Yes. There you go.
He's never had to do it. I said to a big empty space for no reason.
What was that athletics
I made it by
roll?
4.
Made it by 4? You scamper right up on the roof. Flashlight, flamethrower in your armpit. It's easy. One hand. Shine the light over in the corner. Nothing. But you can see all along the wall where that sound was made, like a gouge, a single line, traced all the way around the barn from where the noise started, all the way to that corner when it stopped.
Do I see footprints of any sort?
Oh.
It's time for a hashtag cool rule. Maybe some tropes would help you. Shooting out a rope. Generally bending physics over the back of the horse. Cleaning up the cannon fodder. Harmonica as a weapon. Music playing that makes you super strong. Who knows? Make it good.
All right, got a cool rule. Rule of cool.
Thank you,
Paid for it.
Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad.
very much.
That's some was from Lumiere too. Great job, man.
Thank you.
You'll,
So you can see that gouge carved in all the way around from where it started to when it stopped, and you were looking for footprints.
Yeah.
There are definitely large prints, like
Non-
very big paw prints,
Okay.
really big.
Do they look like reptilian or like
Show me.
mammalian? Or okay, oh god, I'm gonna climb up on the roof and show Tom, and Tom can maybe identify the species.
Really big wolf prints,
Really big,
like way too
wolf
big.
Show me the marks on the wall.
All right, well, this tracks with what I remember. So,
Like wolf prints bigger than like a size 13
Yeah,
boot.
show me the mark on the wall.
It's a gouge,
Blade or
carved
claw?
out. Definitely claw.
Okay, friends. So, giant wolf prints, one single claw gouge. It's a claw. It's not a blade.
It's at this precise moment that you feel something grab the back of your clothes, Jesse.
Oh, jeez.
And you are flung through the air off of the barn. Now let's roll some initiative.
We use
10.
We're using
Tens, right?
the 10s or the 12s. Or the 8s are down.
What do we use?
Use the 12s, please.
Okay.
12s, remember to add your ACV, and some of you have an initiative bonus, make sure to include that.
Which one is the ACV? on this guy, even though I'm pilot?
If you're on pilot, use your pilot one.
Yep.
Which is which one?
Which is this one, yes.
21.
No, but which
21?
one is the ACV, the attack?
Yep.
Is that it?
Always hit on 21.
All right. 21. Anyone else?
21.
21 also. You guys mind the little rock, paper, scissors to see who?
Scissors.
Tom knew.
Okay.
That's really impressive.
You're welcome.
26.
Plus, I'm flirting with her on account of I want a John Wesley.
26.
Yep.
I came up with that.
And unfortunately, Doc, you are surprised on this one, so there's no free shot at the beginning like you typically get. And Miss James, that one.
Oh, threw me off. 27.
Thank you. That puts you as going first, flying through the air. So I wasn't going to give you one, but because you're going first, you get to make a defensive roll against this to not take injury from the forced flight.
The flingening.
Okay, 10.
If you're in pilot, remember to use your 8s for your pilot.
Yeah.
Okay. And use your pilot's DCV.
12.
So did you beat it?
Yes.
Lower than?
Two. Yeah.
You somehow miraculously roll with the throw, hit the dirt, do 3-4 somersaults, and then onto your feet. It should have been an action movie, and somebody should have recorded that. In all of your extreme sports experience, you've never even done something that cool. It gave you a great view of your attacker.
Yes.
About 14 feet tall at the shoulder, white furred all the way down. You would only describe it as a werewolf or wolf person or whatever is the politically correct term. I don't want to offend any possible lycanthropies or were people watching at home.
Where people is it? So it's a new monster. It's not the purple people eater. It's not anything we.
It is very clearly very wolf-like and humanoid.
They're called people of change.
People of change. Okay, the person of change is white furred.
Well, that don't look
13
like no
feet at
person
the
to
shoulder.
me. Okay, can I do a quick draw? I got Jesse's guns.
Absolutely.
Paw prints look
Yes,
small,
absolutely.
doesn't it? Size 13.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that buffalo rifle because that's a big ass wolf, and I'm gonna take that buffalo rifle. And if I got a
You mean we can't reason with it?
No way, not today. It threw me off a roof. I'm pissed. Okay, that's a 7 on a 18.
7 on 18. That is good. I'm going to go ahead and make a defensive roll against that, which is a 9 on an 8. It's not good enough. You do shoot the person of change with the buffalo rifle.
There we go.
What is that, the damage listing on that buffalo rifle?
50?
50? Excellent. The shot causes blood to spray from its shoulder on both sides. As the bullet
Real
exits.
blood. It's not purple.
It looks
It
blood.
doesn't- it's
Looks
not
like
green
looks
or
like a man's
chest.
blood or
Okay.
a cow's blood or anything else that you've seen bleed.
He's full of cow blood.
Somebody filled that werewolf full of cow blood. What kind
Traditional-
of monster would do
Traditional
that?
mammalian non-seminal fluid.
Thank you for being shifter woke, says Chad.
I'm gonna kick his tail butt.
And then I was like, guys, I got him! I got him in the shoulder!
Doc.
What's he full of?
1 second, guys.
Cow's blood!
Just so no one dies before they get to ask some questions, which they totally should. Hashtag Andibuth, hashtag Brony buff, hashtag Wyatt buff, hashtag Maddox buff, and just in case they still work, hashtag Tombiff.
Oh! Thank you, chat. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Chad.
Things are about to get really interesting.
Thank you, Chad.
Before I ask questions, I'm shooting some fangs.
Chad.
Just remember,
Tom says
you
thank
did
you.
this. Just remember, okay?
You
You.
bit of
I'm gonna burn 1 meta point,
1 meta point. Okay.
and I'm gonna try and hit it with that flamethrower.
It is on the roof of the barn.
Not gonna try and hit it with the flamethrower as of yet.
You are still inside the barn.
Yeah.
Well, but fire goes
Barricaded.
up. So shoot the top. It ain't got nowhere to go.
You are still inside the barn, and you have barricaded
Barricaded,
yourselves inside.
yes.
With hay.
With hay,
Mother
yes.
bird.
Street house it is.
You're kind of just shooting through the roof.
We do not require love water. Let the
I am
motherfucker
on
burn.
that roof.
Bird.
Bird.
So
we are all up in the
So wait, so they
hayloft
both-
because we touched-
this is on the outside of the
Jessie
roof that they
went
got
up
to?
on the roof. She climbed up on the roof and was looking downward, and that's when she was flown. You're still inside of the barn.
Oh,
However, you
okay.
did just hear that, so you could theoretically fire that shotgun through the roof and hope to hit something.
So
I am also
I was
on the
confused.
roof
I thought that
because
he
I
had
let
come
Tom
inside.
look at
No.
the
Hey,
thing.
look, I'm Fat Jackson. Is that a 90s band?
Let's just say yes.
If not, it will be.
Okay.
Someday it will be a 90s band.
In that case, then I want to get out of the barn as quickly as possible. If
Well,
that,
it's barricaded on the ground floor, so your quickest way is going to be going up into the loft and out onto the roof.
yep.
Can we retrocast Amish? Just take this fucker down.
When I was thrown
Off the
roof,
roof.
right? So I'm
Yeah.
on the ground outside.
Yeah, you're in like the little corral attached to it.
Yeah.
Maybe 35, 40 feet from it. Just,
Okay,
you know.
I know it's his turn, but I'm also going to be trying to kick the doors to get the horses out at the same time.
Well, they're barricaded inside the barn.
Ah!
John Wesley thought it was really important to barricade the barn.
Horses eat. Self-correcting problem.
All right,
Time to
Doc,
get to
you
work.
make your way up into the loft and then onto the roof, and that's going to make it my turn. And I think I am going to go after the new big male with the shotgun because he looks scary. Well, not really.
No, no, he doesn't look scary.
She
at
just
all.
looks really small and non-threatening in comparison.
Fool.
And if you're a 13-foot tall wolf person of change, excuse me, probably would go after Doc as well. All right, Doc, I'm going to attempt to maul you.
Ball.
Yes,
Boy, that is a
it sounds kind of like it is, yeah.
It sounds like it is.
He's taking it to Claire's and then to get some pretzels.
You can get
You're
your
gonna put
ears
some
pierced.
holes in you.
With a gun.
I have a 7 against my ACV of 12, which beats it by 5, so go ahead and make a defensive roll if you wish.
Ooh.
You got it.
No, I do not.
Oh, jeez.
All right, that's going to do 50 damage.
Good lord.
Good lord.
And while it's mauling Doc Holliday and ripping little bits of flesh off of him, that shoulder wound seems to be slowly closing up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Y'all got any change in your pocket?
Throw it in there to keep it open.
No, because I'm going to be shooting through.
Andy James
whatever's
as Billy the
still
Kid, you are up.
Can I ride it?
You don't know.
Tom, can I ride it?
When you say it, are you referring to the lycanthrope?
Yes. The person, can I ride the person and change? You're right when you say it like that.
You're asking me if you can?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Okay, should I?
Oh, heck no. No, those things will eat you. That's why it's here, to eat you.
You don't know that.
I can tell it's hungry.
How can you tell it's hungry?
Look at it. It's a big wolf, and it's attacking you.
And well, it
could just
looks
be
like it's
angry.
trying to eat Doc at the moment.
I was gonna say he's eating Doc. Can you stop talking to yourself and like?
Yeah,
either
it is in
write
fact
or shoot
is
or-
eating Doc essentially.
I'ma ride it.
Okay.
I like.
Oh, first big question: Is there rope anywhere nearby?
Well, you always carry a rope. Billy the Kid.
Always got him.
I don't like this idea. Oh, here I go.
All right, I'm gonna use the rope that is firmly on my hip that I have not lost with any pair of pants.
The downside of not having your own body, Tom.
Well, you know, the gun belt is separate from the pants belt, so when you lose your pants, you still keep your guns and your rope. You just lose your pants.
Pantsless and carrying guns.
2 belts and you still managed to lose your pants.
Well, yeah, if you put your guns on your pants belt, your pants are gonna fall off all the time. Trust me.
I do.
That is real.
There's nothing so
alright.
embarrassing as chasing down a perp and having your pants fall off.
You guys hear that wolf howling? I got
Doc
terrible
does.
fear.
He's howling
dude.
right into his entrails. All right, I'm gonna take my rope and loop
Give me
it
a
around.
roping and riding check,
I
please,
would
Billy.
love to do
You're gonna
that.
take your rope and loop the garoo. Too French?
Oh,
Well done. That would make Chris Odie proud.
8
she
on
needs to go to
12.
the pact of
8 on 12.
He doesn't know either of those words.
just capybara and capoeira.
Look,
Together, that's a great thing. Dance and goat eating.
You have no idea.
I don't.
You will
I
sometime.
had the plague.
You are now climbed aboard in whatever fashion could possibly described on a bipedal 13-foot furred humanoid.
Ain't the first time.
It appears as Billy is climbing up and bridling the were creature as it's eating you.
will you explain that this was not my idea?
Tom says this wasn't his
She
idea,
seems
but
to be
he's
rather
along for the
enjoying
ride.
herself as well. John
Stick
Wesley.
your finger in the hole.
Don't! You will lose your finger.
Do I have
Keep it open.
any silver change in my pocket?
It's the
You
only
check
kind
your
I have.
pockets for loose change and do not find any silver dollars, my friend.
Son of a... Anyone got a silver dollar?
They, for the most part, have not been used in currency in some time.
Damn you, Bitcoin.
Now, unfortunately, the two different civil wars and everybody printing their own currencies
Hey, Confederate dollars were silver.
and Teddy revolves around a much more stable economy that is not represented by paper
Right, beaver
currency.
skin, I know. It's whole economy. Well,
I love that place.
Tell me more about that beaver.
Unfortunately, my shot is probably now compromised by a small person climbing all over a wolf.
Well, you are one heck of a
I am
shot.
one heck of a shot, but she is also very fast. So I'm going to aim for center of mass to try and get him away from eating you.
Thank you.
Mr. Harding is about to shoot us.
Get ready! I'm shooting!
Duck and cover.
I want to preemptively tell you before you roll that if you roll the maximum dice, so you're doing 12s on this one. If you roll 24, the two 12s, you will automatically shoot Billy on this shot. I'm making that known before you roll those dice.
If we get a 24, we
If you,
shoot
yep,
Billy.
On the
he
other
gets the
hand-
worst possible roll he can get.
Full avatar, can't miss.
I'm not full avatar.
I know.
I wasn't going to tell him
I
that, Tom.
wonder if there's some meta points that
It's
you
my
can
job to
use.
tell them that.
I know it's your job.
How
I
many
wasn't
meta
going
points
to.
do we have left?
You've got one left in the pool here.
I'll get a little closer.
Don't be shy.
Get a little closer with an extra try.
Oh,
James.
shoot his legs off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You owe me your soul.
Oh. Well, at least it's not a Coke. That's tangible. All right, here we go. And I'm doing this with the 454.
Excellent.
Love
Jane.
Jane. She's a, none of my bullets are silver.
No.
Damn it.
What's your
I'm
wedding
sorry,
band
are
is?
you shooting me with your wife?
Nope, not gonna happen.
Okay.
He's shooting me with his wife.
I am.
Yes, he is shooting you.
I beat
His
it by
wife.
6.
Beat it by 6. Well played. And what's that damage on Jane Bow in there?
That is a 50.
That's also a symbol. Using his wife to shoot you.
Wow. How the tables have turned.
The shot is quite brutal, and he manages to force it to stop mauling you for a second.
Oh, finally.
Thank you.
And so after I shoot, because I never even did the bit where I got outside, so that's weird.
Oh, you just shot through the roof.
That's fine. Do I see any moonlight coming through the roof?
Not particularly, I mean.
Maybe we got us a regular old werewolf. Maybe that's just why he is. Maybe just all crotchety like that.
What does he mean? Tell me what you want, can't you hear me?
Tom wants to know what you mean.
Well, it's getting harder to kind of concentrate on, but I kind of remember that like werewolves need a full moon.
Movie werewolves.
Movie werewolves, so maybe silver ain't gonna work neither. By the way, this is a great conversation we're having while you're on the back of a werewolf.
All right, we go to the top, and we would go straight to Jesse James, but what I want to do is use that meltdown right now.
Yikes.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and burn that meltdown and jump some people around. So why don't we take the John Wesley
Right there,
sheet?
we got it.
There you go.
We go ahead and take that John Wesley sheet and slide it on down to this end of the table.
What's it, Billy?
Uh-huh.
I got myself.
Billy, will you go ahead and pass your sheet to Jesse?
Ooh, does that mean I get Tom too?
Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong one.
Oh. Yeah. Got Tom's in you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we all get it.
And that, of course,
That's not how.
you're going to end up with Doc.
That's not how that works? So you're with Jesse now? But you're not Jesse, you're Maddox.
No, I'm still with.
You're in John Harden.
I'm in John Harden again.
No, I'm full player.
No, but I'm.
When you're
He's in the
John
avatar.
Harden-
He's in the body. So
Oh,
you're always
so-
borrowing bodies.
So you're still
Got
a
it.
full player. Yeah.
So you're still full player, but you're now in the body of Doc Holliday and getting
I have
mauled.
Billy.
Oh, you're Billy. Sorry, Billy.
And I'm
You're in the body of Billy and
Pretty
riding
much
a
full
werewolf.
avatar, but I'm still in whatever avatar she's
Yeah.
in.
So
Okay.
you are just switching the
So are you
shells.
Got it.
Tom, are
Got
you
it.
like
That's
You
like
are
shell
in-
shock.
grafted
You are
on my soul?
inside no
I'm not
different.
really sure.
You just
I feel separate.
You're not on the
But I
ground where
kinda
you were
feel
before.
what
Now
he
you're where
feels.
Billy was, and who knows who's in
And I
Jesse.
don't got Tom either.
Nope.
And tasting
Tom
this
is
is
not
all-
in Billy. Tom
How do you
seems
like
to be
this?
attached to Andy.
I like how you said attached.
Seems to be attached to
He's
Andy.
grafted on my soul.
And then we will do
Oh, then you
Maddox.
take my turn.
Jesse James would be up then.
But I have a powerful feeling about this, and it is not a good feeling whatsoever.
All right.
Run around. Shoot him with fire.
Oh, I
Shoot
like
him
that
with fire.
Set him ablaze.
This Doc Holliday is going Constantine.
So Jesse James is up.
That's me.
It's a nice thing about getting a new avatar. It's like, oh, look what I can do.
What I can do.
Oh, look where I came from.
I do call out. Would you please stop riding the werebeast? I believe we are going to need to set it ablaze.
Scarf.
Oh, right. Okay. Hurry up.
Now, technically, I'm the doctor. Shouldn't I have to stop?
You want my turn?
As much as that
His
would
glasses?
increase Yeah.
His glasses. There you go.
Oh, jeez.
That's a bad idea, potentially.
Just set him
if-
real
Oh, this is
low.
the first time LASIK has been terrible.
I think it's a great idea, actually.
There you go. Real
We should
low.
always do this.
You look like a dog now.
You definitely look like me.
So Jesse James,
I'm going to try to rope the werewolf and get it tied down to the barn, so that hopefully once everybody gets off the barn, we can set it all ablaze and get that thing.
What about the horses?
Got to get the horses out first.
oh, they're barricaded inside the barn.
I understand we got to get them out, but I want to get this thing tied down, if nothing else, so it'll stop eating us.
Well, I can help with that. I'm writing it.
Well then, you got a roping and riding check you're willing to make?
Roping and riding. Beat by 4.
Good enough. You're able to lasso the beast, hanging on one end. You can tie it off to a fence post, maybe.
Tie it off to something down here on the ground.
All right. After Jesse, the body of Doc Holliday is up.
Now, I am an educated man. Do I know anything about these non-moving werewolves whatsoever?
That they should not exist.
Yeah, that seems about right. Well, not outside, right?
You half expect a bat to turn into a person and talk about Transylvania at this moment.
Let's not go get silly. I think all I can do is keep on hurting it. That's all I got in me. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take the street howitzer, level it at that.
Goodbye, Billy.
What?
It's
I'm
Doc.
not gonna roll to anything. So don't
It's a
worry.
scattergun.
Yeah, you're firing a shotgun.
It's just-
I'm gonna go ahead and take that and move it out of the way so I can easily get to my other gun. But I was saying if you would let me finish. I don't know why you never let me finish. Actually, no. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rope it as well. That's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna rope it as well. We're gonna double up the ropes.
All right, another rope.
All right. So we'll and I beat it by 3.
And another lasso ropes around the beast. There are now 3 different ropes tied to it.
Excellent.
After that, we got it. Not to be confused with the really cool clown.
Emphasis on
Hey,
Oh yeah,
Wow.
totally down with that clown. He's awesome. Particularly the curry version.
You're down with the clown?
I'm down with the clown. Down with the clown. All of them. I love clowns.
especially that insane posse.
No.
Yeah.
They're the
No.
best ones, right?
Those are clowns.
Those are not clowns.
And they have hatchets. Those are two things you love.
And face paint.
It's true.
Those are not clowns.
You did go to that gathering.
What gathering?
Oh,
No.
the clown gathering. What's
Why
that
do you keep
called?
asking for Fago?
I don't even know what that is.
No, that's not what he's calling you.
Oh, I misunderstood.
I am missing all of this. I'm very confused.
Clowns.
Clowns.
Killer
I
ones
love
from outer
clowns.
space.
Clowns.
Killer clowns from outer space are great. Not as great as, ones that have red balloons and murder whole scores of children. I mean,
Like
Live
every
in
clown.
fantastic.
You described every clown. Ronald McDonald is one bad day away from complete genocide. He is a terrible human being.
Plus he has magic, which
Oh wait,
is scary.
no,
You just might have changed my opinion about McDonald's. I've hated them for years.
Actually, he's more people than probably any other clown on the planet.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. Yeah.
With the diabetes.
Thank you, Wilford.
Wilford. Is this werewolf Wilford Brimley?
It's the werewolf. Tom is the werewolf Wilford Brimley.
Because all we need is sugar.
Could you tell him I don't understand the reference?
Tom doesn't understand
very,
the
very
reference.
agitated by these ropes. And with one of its somewhat free hands, it tries to grab onto one and just give you a nice, pleasant yank. Yeah, a nice tug.
Nice pleasant yank.
In fact, he's giving you a nice tug. Except it's not so nice as your feet leave the ground.
Why is he at full lipstick? That's my question. All right.
Can I get a defensive roll from you?
Oh, you sure can. Let's see here. What do we do?
I'll give you an auto
See,
success
it's
if you
always
let go of the rope.
The rope that I tied off? All right, I'll let go of the rope.
Okay. You are not hurt by it. You just let go of the rope. It yanks it free.
Sorry.
There is a fence post attached to it.
I duck. Sorry.
The body of Billy the Kid.
What's going on right now? Who's
You are riding.
You
this
are
thing.
riding a werewolf.
It's got two lassos on it. One of them is still tied off that Jesse James is
And then you
holding
cut a
on to.
rope in its mouth and you're holding on and trying to ride.
Right.
You have a rope in its mouth. The other one is attached to a fence post that is now flying through the air because it yanked it free.
So it's only attached to one
Like a
post by one
horrible
rope.
tire swing
Yeah,
of
and it
doom.
seemed to pull that one that was stuck into the ground like it was nothing, and the guy that was attached to it too until he let go.
Okay. How about the hole in the shoulder? Completely healed?
No, but it's still sealing up, and it seems to be dividing its efforts between the two bullet holes, slowly sealing up now instead of just the one.
There's two.
Well, it's been shot twice now.
Yeah.
Once by you and once by
Hey,
John
shoot
Wesley.
You're up on it, right?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
up
you
on
could
it.
You
you
should
could
just-
tap it in the back
Chad
of
is
the head.
concerned that you
Brain,
just
brain,
gave
brain,
the
brain.
werewolf giant nunchucks.
They in fact did just give the werewolf giant nunchucks. You saw that too? Yeah, I
Okay.
saw that.
I realized it after I let go, and I realized I had a knife after I let go, but it was too late.
I have a thing.
Oh man, story of my life.
On the bright side, dogs can't really do this, so maybe we're safe.
Oh, and you don't
Okay.
have my.
Do I have the plasma gun still?
The plasma grenade, you used the plasma grenade.
I used that?
Remember?
Yeah, we
You
use it.
have a.
I tucked it up inside of another
flashlight
thing.
that catches things on
Or
fire
catches things on fire. Okay, and
and
then
blinds things if you.
See how creative she gets.
okay, okay. I want my big guns. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to the flamethrower flashlight is one
One thing.
thing.
Yep, two
with
buttons.
two holes. Right?
Yes, it's one thing with two
One's
holes.
an LED light and one's like actual light.
You
Yes.
see, when a flashlight loves a flamethrower very, very much.
Very, very much.
Actually, this one made it. The original flashlight made it with a guitar from a post-apocalyptic.
Oh, like that Mad Max,
Yeah.
like with flames coming out the top?
Yes.
Is that what I'm holding while I'm riding it? Like
It
Mad
also
Max?
plays music.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. So I got there. The rope is around his mouth. I've got my thing. I think
In your hand.
in my hand.
You have your thing in your hand
I have
and
my
it's
thing
a
in my
rope in
hand.
its mouth.
How-
What kind of
That's why I
show
let
is
go of
this?
the rope. I wanted to have a thing in my hand later.
So how long am my arms / how wide is his muzzle? Can I reach the top of his face?
He's got a particularly large face. Maybe not the top, but it has quite a large maw, as it is a very large
Make fun of
creature.
it. Take down the defense.
Hey, you stupid big nose!
I could quite easily take your whole head and put it in its mouth.
Could I reach the front of his mouth from where I'm at?
Again, as it's saying, like, think of the mouth as like a dog's muzzle. You can reach a sideward, but all the way to the front is virtually impossible because it's as a dog, it has a long snout, but its mouth also
Well,
goes
some
back.
dogs do.
It's not a flat mouth.
Yeah,
it's only in the front.
If it's of the pug breed, it's a very small
It has a
muzzle.
very large mouth.
All you have to do is run it a little bit and it would pass out. Do you have any peanut butter? Takes them forever. Or a grape? Give him a grape.
And twist.
Chocolate,
Yup.
some dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
Shove it down his mouth.
Very large mouth, very big teeth. In fact, it's a miracle that it didn't just completely shred Doc into little pieces.
Right. Is the flamethrower like a switch or is
Oh,
it a
yeah.
button I have
Ow.
to press?
It's a little button. It's just like a mag
I
light.
can't turn it on
looks
and
just
it
like a
stay
mag
on?
light. I don't see why not. It works just like a mag light. Don't you click on a mag light?
Could I potentially pull the rein so his mouth is open, turn the flamethrower on, and throw it down his gullet?
You're putting
I like what you're
fire
trying to
in his
do.
throat. I like it.
Can I
You can
just
try something like that.
almost like a bomb down like a grenade, but it's just a flamethrower, burn him from the inside, like
Like
acid.
turning it into a giant acetylene torch and just tossing
Throw
it down his
his
mouth.
mouth.
Yeah,
I'm on
while it's
board.
on. I get you.
So if I press it on, or do I have to keep holding it for the?
No, I see what you're trying to do. And a roping and riding check will be required, but you're in full pilot right
Or
now.
sleight of hand.
You're
Oh,
full
full
pilot
pilot.
right now.
Hold.
Oh no.
So you still refuse to rename the hashtag BORK box, so you should try to summon a #LOOT on its
Fork box.
Fork box.
head. But think
So you're in
about
full
the
pilot.
horses. You could feed them to it and try to tame it.
Yeah, could I dispute that that's athletics?
I would allow you to do that.
I would
Okay,
agree.
I'm gonna dispute that it's athletics.
So you're going to attempt an athletics check first. Okay, give me that one first.
Oh shoot.
Nice.
Well, I beat it by a lot.
Then give me a fighting check to attempt to force a lit flamethrower down the mouth of a struggling
Got it.
person of change.
Rub it in some
Let
bologna.
someone else have this one, please. Sharing is caring. #LOOT.
Aww.
Fine.
Thank you.
I shared the last one. We all got one.
So my intention would be to cover this flamethrower gun with peanut butter, so he really gnaws on it for a while. So I'm gonna cover it with peanut butter,
Where's
and
the
then
peanut
I'm
butter
gonna
coming
shove
from?
it down
Where is
You
the
don't know
peanut
what's in
butter
Billy's
coming
pants.
a
from?
loot box.
Where's the
Oh, I
peanut
see.
butter coming
I
from?
see.
Where
And
is
when
this
did you
peanut
open
butter
this loot
coming
box?
Can you just work with me?
from? Dear God, I'm covered in peanut
Okay.
I'm trying to, but
Are you
I'm
gonna
not
open that
seeing
loot
that
box?
happen.
It's not covered in peanut butter.
From George
You got
Washington
me.
Carver,
It's not
you
covered in
racist.
peanut butter. What I'm gonna do is cover it in hay, so he chokes it on the way down, so it disrupts it and then it burns from the inside, right?
Just cover it
I'm
in
on his
horse.
head. I'm
Put it
already
in a
riding.
horse.
I'm already riding a werewolf.
You know what? I'm half eaten. Just put it in the womb.
There you go. I'll put it on dog. No. Okay, here we go. I'm shoving it down his mouth.
You guys are
Yeah,
great.
fighting was
Give me a
18.
fighting.
Yeah, that was
by 4.
14. Beat it by 4.
It's very much like every one of those really old cartoons you watched where the dynamite or something goes down its throat and it gets that look on its face for a minute.
Yeah, like the smoke
Yeah.
starts coming out.
It's
of
got that look on its face right now. John Wesley.
Well, sorry, let me.
Yeah.
While
Here.
Billy was over there
As fun
showing
as
off,
this is, you can't see.
I
Oh, I'm actually
was talking to
yeah,
Tom,
son.
and
I
Tom
gave tactical
reminded
advice.
me that my wedding ring is made of silver. So I'm gonna ball up my fist, and I'm gonna punch him in the bullet wound.
And then
I'm gonna
Is that an
twist.
innuendo? I hope not.
And while he is twisting on the end of my fist, I'm gonna use some intimidation to get some of the answers I need.
So fisting a person of change. All right, give me a fighting check.
You should stay in this body.
now you're doing it too.
I'm sorry, what am I rolling?
Give me a fighting check if you have the skill.
I do. In fact, have a Oh yeah, that's gonna beat by 7.
You slam your fist into the bullet. Which one, by the way? The belly or the shoulder? Just for
Belly.
the belly. Oof. It's a nice slow blow and buried in that. Immediately, there's burning smell. You thought maybe it was that flamethrower that just got forced down his throat, but there's definite burning coming from where your hand is in contact. And for the first time, it has a reaction to all of these horrible atrocities being committed on this poor person of change that just wanted a meal.
I'm just hungry.
And it lets out a horrible howl.
Horrible hell.
Mm-hmm. And we're going back to the top. So switch back, everyone. Jesse James, go back to Jesse James. John Wesley to John Wesley.
Thank you.
Goodbye, my old friend.
Oh, great.
Why? What is going on?
Why am I doing that?
And I figure this is also a really great place to start and use up that rule of cool, because I want to see what you do right now that you got your bodies back. I almost wanted you to make you do it when you were in each other's bodies, but I did that last time. I don't think I've really gotten to let you do your best cool thing in your own bodies yet.
I just want to ask him some questions.
So let's use up that rule of cool, shall we? And let's start on this side of the table, shall we? You guys ready to vote?
Wait, can
Pay attention.
Can we have a breakdown quick of what's happening and who's where on what? And
Billy the Kid is currently riding the werewolf.
Uh-huh.
Person of change. It has consumed Billy the Kid's flashlight / flamethrower.
And really, is life worth living after that?
It is. I don't want to die.
Wait, you're afraid to die?
Doc
Well,
is adjacent
I don't know
to
what will
it,
happen if you die.
And
having
you're
been
back
nearly
on
mauled.
I mean, if I'm
he's
stuck with
wounded,
you
but he
and you
seems to
die.
be all right.
Yeah.
Remarkably in good shape, considering a 13-foot tall
my
monstrosity is
goodness.
just tearing into
I'm
it.
concerned about dying. This is
Tom's
fantastic.
concerned about dying.
Jesse
friends.
James is still in the corral, looking up and seeing all of this on the roof.
Table
This
that
is
for
happening
now,
on
but
the roof.
yeah,
Yes,
we gotta come
all
back
of this
to
is
that.
happening on the
And I'm
roof.
down below. Got it.
And John Wesley is in the loft.
How did you punch him through the roof then?
I don't know. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I roped him and got pulled out and is still somehow inside the barn. But all right. I thought I was out already.
I did
Part of
too.
the whole discussion about me getting out of there, but all right. So I'm still in the loft.
You
with
are
my
still in the
hand
loft.
In a werewolf,
I guess that's the
Oh,
point.
you are in the loft. It is just outside of the loft.
and my hand is
Your hand is crossing that threshold like a doorway.
okay.
Dang! That's a strong punch.
All right.
Okay, thank you for that breakdown.
Thank you.
Well, let's go ahead and do that rule of
Right.
cool.
All right.
And you're riding a werewolf.
Jane, forgive me. I'm gonna slip my ring off inside that beast. I'm coming back for it.
That's what they all say.
At which point I am going
So
to.
you lost your ring inside while fisting the person of change.
That is an accurate summary.
Good night, everybody.
The lycanthropes. So I slip my ring off so that it is well and deep inside of
That's usually how you do it.
that creature's gaping wound.
That dog.
Great gaping abdominal wound.
Oh.
That dog.
Dog, yeah.
Mangy mutt.
At which point I
Okay,
draw
let's not mutt shame him.
my sidearm, my one sidearm. Yes, I draw Jane Bowen, and I jump backwards, knowing there is hay below me, near the door. Jump toward that, firing as many shots as I can get off into the writhing canine bastard.
I'm
It-
still on top of that.
Then jump away.
Boom.
So,
problem.
Keep going, keep going. There it is.
Then I land on the hay, which I immediately. It's gonna take some doing. How many bales are in front of the door right now?
20.
Well, fuck. Less of a bad word back then, so that's okay.
That's true.
So at which point I am going to. There are no windows in this fucking barn.
And there's no silver either.
There's no silver. There is no. Yeah. Well. At which
My,
point-
if only you had something that could help you.
Yes, I could burn them for sure, but Wait, what do you mean with firearms? What do I have? I don't know what I have. I've been gone for 4 days.
You got the flamethrower. We do
got
have
the
that.
flamethrower, which is not a good thing to probably start the barn on fire with our horses trapped in.
I believe Tom is referencing the 2 loot boxes,
Board
that
boxes.
you still have.
What?
On the way down, I will open a bork box, but I don't know what's in it, so I don't know how to apply it to the rule of cool at this point, is my point.
Fair.
I'll open it and hope for something amazing inside.
Well, it's kind of a rule of cool. Why don't you just
Yeah,
rule
you
of
just
cool
pull.
it?
I mean, it's a rule of cool in your perfect world.
So I
This is
open
what
It's
the
your
you're
bork
perfect
box,
world.
inside of which, from Sentinel City, there is a crate mover, an automatic crate mover, which is like a Roomba to them. They have a lot of crates. I don't know if you've ever seen someone fight in one of those cities. There's empty crates everywhere. And I'm going to quickly give it a command to move all of that hay quickly, because it can, to the center of the barn, at which point I'm going to open the door, smack those horses on the ass, and then also let them go. And then I'm going to light that hay on fire like a bonfire in the middle, and I'm going to run the hell out of there, and I'm going to watch that fucker die. But I'm going to watch it. Jane, I don't think I need your ring back.
If I get this right, yeah, fisting, falling, shooting,
Fisting, falling,
Roomba,
shooting,
robot,
burning,
free
Roomba, robot.
horses.
Yeah.
I don't know how to break that down anymore, but somebody taking the poll come up with a better name than that.
The 4 F's. Fisting, firing,
Fallen.
and fire, yeah.
Fallen fire.
Reasonable. Jesse James, what would your rule of cool be?
Oh man, my rule of cool would be that, okay, you're on him, you're hurt, and you're in the loft with your fist in him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to encourage you to do what you just did about letting the ring go inside the beast, only to have him continually, be affected by the silver while getting away and out of the barn.
And then
okay?
I fall into the fires of Mordor.
No. Then you fall back and start breaking open the barrier for the door to let the horses out. Meanwhile, I say, "Hey, Billy, get off!"
Here?
And then
Wait,
she,
two
Also
positions
just
into
now-
one.
and then she
So many.
jumps.
I can't.
And then she jumps off, the roof, and I catch her because I'm strong and majestic like that, and set her down. And then what I do is I get a loot box, open it up, see the silver lining of the situation, have the silver lining of the loot box shoot towards the werewolf, which just annihilates and just poof, like he wasn't even there. No pain, he's just gone. And then I see at the bottom of the silver lined loot box a first aid kit, and I go to work on Dawn.
Aww.
Aw,
That's
that's
what
so
I'm doing.
sweet.
And
So-
and by that time, horses are out, and we're all untouched.
So
and
the silver lining.
the
Okay.
silver lining of the loot box saves us.
Okay. And in your own words, Doc, yourself?
What I am going to attempt to do, I am going to attempt to make a targeted strike, trying to use the shotgun specifically at one of its knees. And then I'm going to try and grab hold of the rope that was tied off to the post and try and shimmy on down that as quick as possible, trying to get him, hopefully with that added weight, to fall off the roof, so that if this now internally combusting flamethrower burns through him, it does not set light to the barn and thereby the horses and people within it. I'm trying. Hopefully, I trust that Billy will do what needs doing to get off of the beast before it goes up in the
Billy,
flames.
don't be a hero.
So a crippling kneecap injury and pulling it off of the roof. That sounds horrifying and beautiful at the same time. I salute you, sir. Now, Billy, Andy, Tom, what about you?
Well, I
We
don't.
want to be called Tom D now.
No.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
I was
And
going with Tojo, but
That's
then I
fine.
realized
And
that's
all right.
Yeah.
I keep losing my clothes, so I'm gonna need something, and I think it's gonna be the skin of the wolf. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that rope that is currently in his mouth, wrap it around his neck, all right, jump up and hook it over whatever that arm
Rafters.
comes out. Yeah,
Truss.
Yeah, there we go.
Joists.
Jump off of the wolf and down onto this rope and just start hanging him from that. At which point, I think we're probably like...
Counterbalancing your weight.
Apparently I weigh a lot in this
You're
room.
weighing for
You're
two
two
now,
bodies.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you're weighing
I'm
two.
weighing for 2.
I did not weigh anything.
At which point, I will pull out what I assume I have to have a knife somewhere. And I'm going to pull out my knife, dig it into that belly wound, and just start skinning this sucker alive.
Ooh, get some.
All right, so I've got assisted asphyxiation with torture implements. Correct?
Yes, because I want a wolf skin.
Crippling,
David Carradine.
permanent, long-term injury, and pulling him off the roof. Silver linings.
Playbook.
I won't forgive that one.
I wouldn't.
And I'm not even sure what to call. We'll go with the 4 or 5 Fs because it was probably the most complicated plan I've ever heard in the rule of cool ever.
Oh, it could have been worse. My original plan was to actually get him entered into the Olympics, but to come in second, so they put the silver medal on him. But
For the sake of brevity.
for the sake of brevity, I went with.
I honestly think that was a better plan.
That's probably true.
We want to wait until the Olympics were founded in the early 19th.
See, I married him, and then I wait until the silver anniversary.
Right at that 25-year mark. And I mean at the stroke of midnight.
Yes. Well, maybe a couple of strokes after, if you don't mind. It is our anniversary.
Oh.
We're in the Hamptons. It's beautiful.
So to make sure I'm getting these again, we have the silver linings, the 4 Fs, the crippling permanent injury and being pulled off the roof, and assisted asphyxiation.
The skin, the hairy bastard, I believe.
Furry
Skin the
bastard.
bastard.
Skin the
That
furry
is the
bastard.
title of
Yeah.
mine.
Skin the furry
Skin
bastard.
the furry bastard.
Skin the furry bastard. I resemble that remark.
Oh.
I was gonna say,
Wait,
what if
which
it's a
part is-
female?
Oh.
Let's let them talk this over and vote for a second.
What if it's a female? You've got
Does
6
anybody have-
buttonholes like pre-marked out for punching. It's perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it would have been good information. If it
Hey,
was a
these are
female.
those, aren't they?
These are those.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes, I know.
It's like,
Yes, it's great, isn't it?
I am so happy for no reason whatsoever right now.
Yeah, that
Great.
definitely reads.
I wouldn't know. She's just got a weird look on her face.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she is riding a wolf. So, weird looks.
Wolf riding.
Wolf riding.
Weird.
Do you ride a wolf side saddle?
Wolf size saddle.
Only if you're wearing a voluminous skirt.
The
Only if it's a razorback.
pool is closed.
All right, do we have a winner?
We do.
And our winner is?
Skin the furry bastard.
I feel like that's the one you
Skin the furry bastard it is. Okay, again, we're going to start on this side.
Hey,
We're
I'm
gonna
on Team Andy right now.
I love their names, too. Brony's crazy shit attempted at a -5.
Tempted at a -5. Which skill am I hitting?
You know, there were so many in there. I think that you just need to roll the dice against 10. 10 is your target number.
Okay, I've got a +4 too. 8.
The -5 is a 13.
I'll take my +4 as well.
Burn your +1. Well, that's going to use up one of the loot boxes.
You can have my silver linings if it's still in there.
Trying to make this all work together. We're going to keep it moving, and we'll make it all one mash of horribleness that
Yes.
eventually happens here at the end. It's going to be wonderful and beautiful. No, it's not.
Don't
But-
damage my
Well,
fur
let's go
coat.
ahead and go to the silver lining. So I'm going to go again the same idea. Just roll against a 10 because you've got a lot going on there.
I mean, not that complicated.
You can name.
But
you can name.
you
the
do
room.
have a huge bonus from chat from that pool you could use if you need
which,
to.
If someone could explain to me still, would be great.
Roll first,
Go first.
At any time you want to use that 10, you can use that.
but always
10.
do it after you roll.
Okay, so the sword thingy is a 1. The
Correct.
flaming sword is a 1, so that's a 5.
So you got
5.
5.
So add 5 makes it a 10. You don't even need to
You don't
use
need
that
to.
plus 10.
Cool.
You got just what you needed to do. That burns another loot box.
You're welcome for catching you. You're welcome for being saved by the first aid kit.
Hang on, this is all going to come together because however many this could be one grotesque situation.
Nice.
Oh, so the ring's off too. He's got silver.
Yes, all of
in his
these
guns.
things are going to be happening. I have no idea how I'm going to describe this. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yes.
He, she, person.
So firing.
Them.
Give
Broken
me
right
some kind of shooting and some kind of
Maybe
athletics-based
it's a
skill.
Hermaphrodite.
So shooting.
Are dogs asexual?
Again, -5 on everything.
I'm not an animal.
They hump literally
Made it by
everything.
1,
Made it by 1,
Mhm.
including the -5.
including the minus
Nicely
5.
done.
Roping and riding, which is a 10. No,
It's
not with the
exactly
-5.
10. Yeah.
All right,
Got any bonus?
I got a bonus, but it's only +4.
Billy ties off the noose, leaps up for the rafters, while you're gonna have to walk me through that one more time. The beginning,
I
the ring
slide
part.
my
While
finger
you
out the
remove
ring.
your hand, sans ring,
Remove your
I
hand.
golem
sans
myself-
ring.
Golem myself
It
back.
often happens, you know.
I
You lose the
reach
ring
for-
on the way out. You always remove jewelry beforehand.
Yeah, I don't want to deglove my finger in this situation.
And acrylic nails.
And acrylic,
Oof.
which I also have. They don't scratch me.
I'm
So
not
I
surprised.
pull Jane Bowen
Scratch worse.
While falling
while
backwards.
falling back, and I pop off as many shots.
So as it's being pulled into the air with the noose, it is being plugged several times by Jane
I hope it doesn't
Bowen.
get pulled too high too fast. That's going to be a very bad day for it.
While you are falling backwards and a silver lining is being
being-
launched at it.
And I grab my loot box and open it on the way down the remainder.
So we have a silver lining covered, repeatedly shot, just got its lower leg blown off, and being pulled up in the air to be hung. This poor person changed.
And I name my Roomba Melvin. my crate moving Roomba. And then I tell it, I need you to move all of these 20 bales of hay as quickly as you can away from this door.
All right.
Whilst doing that, I go and I unhook
In the
all-
span of a few moments, all of this comes together, leaving a one-legged being bled out by a knife in its belly, hung and not in the good way person.
You don't know that. I haven't checked yet.
Again, it was going up as I was firing it.
This reference isn't referring to the rope, and therefore is hung and not in the good way.
I see. All
It's
right.
hanged.
Yeah.
It's hanged.
It's both, actually.
Oh,
Hey. Yes, Jake.
Thank you.
So they move.
done.
Horses out,
The horses are out,
and the hay bales are on fire.
and while you're sliding the blade down, Billy, the skin just seems to peel away from it,
Oh, no.
like
Oh.
a onesie, falling away with you, and you hit the ground with this onesie of fur, and there's now a one-legged, naked man.
13 feet tall.
Man?
Yeah, normal-sized man, in a noose, dead in the barn rafters.
Oh
Do
no.
we know who this is?
Never seen him before.
You have a wolf snuggie now.
You do have a little
Now,
snap.
You
my
do.
question, though, is...
Because you were always losing
Way to
your
bright
pants.
side that.
Yeah, but
And it's
Silver
only a little
linings,
bit
man.
bloody.
If he put it
I
on and
washes
turned into
out.
a 13-foot tall killing machine, if you put it on, will you turn into a 13-foot?
Okay, before you try
No,
to-
maybe a 13-inch killing machine, but
So this was a dude
He was hung.
who was hung.
Well,
Not particularly.
One hung dude. Right?
Can you check that wolf skin for some ID? See if there's a wallet in there?
Yeah, I can't wait.
No wallet, no loose change.
So this was a costume?
any identify.
Doesn't
I'm
seem so.
sorry,
I mean,
did
the
I
thing
just
you were
hit
fighting
a
seemed
furry?
very, very real.
Yeah, it was. This was a one-man furry convention, and we ended it in a heinous way.
He's
Except
yiffed now. It's all
that-
that
Oh,
The person hanging up there would not have filled a 13-foot frame even remotely.
Well, can you like check the skin and see if there's like other people in it or something?
like it's a clown.
Like
It's 3 Romanian midgets.
Can
in a
I
wolf
put
suit
the
trying to
skin
get you
on and see what happens?
Well, I'm sorry. The last thing I was expecting was
Trying to get on
The wolf opens its maw to roar, and you just hear.
I just like the thought that it really wanted to get on the cyclone or something, and it wasn't. He wasn't tall enough.
Oh.
So he's 3 kids in a wolf suit.
Horrifying.
I would guess check the bottom because I'm guessing the top one
Yeah,
is
the top one's
Yeah.
It's a lot like any other regular hide, except that it doesn't have all like the blood and tissue that a freshly peel back. It's like an older, cured one almost, without the chemicals.
Is the
I'm gonna put it on.
Does it
Oh yeah, it's
smell
supple. It's
the-
really way too big for you.
And it's super warm.
Way too big, but like you can wrap it and tie it off
Is
and
the
everything.
person hung damaged? Like, do they have the shotgun in the shoulder and in the belly?
They have a wound in their shoulder, a wound in their belly, and their leg is missing at the knee from the shotgun blast from Doc.
Where's the ring? Can I go up to the cadaver and kind of like?
Yeah,
I
it's.
figured I don't.
You're gonna have to dig it out of his guts.
Yeah,
It's
no,
in there.
No problem.
And the
Oh, yeah.
barn's on fire.
Is it?
Yeah, I lit all that hay on fire.
Are the
The horses
I
are
shoot
free.
the noose so he
The
falls
horses
to
are
the
safe.
ground.
All right, the barn is on fire.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just stick my fingers in there like people used to
Very
take
cozy in
photos.
here.
Come back.
Yeah,
I need it.
I'm gonna dig
Aren't you
around
glad?
and kind of like
I don't know. I think so.
I'm
Like
gonna
this?
feel around.
With
I'm
two
gonna
fingers?
yeah. Well, that's it. You know what? You have
Like
bigger
sweeping-
fingers than
It's not like wet and squishy. Like it should be. Every place that like the ring touched his ring gets completely cauterized. It's all
I.
burned.
So it's very easy to.
Get blood. It's like pulling
Pulling
meat.
a ring out of a cooked meat.
Yeah, out of cooked meats. Like chunks of like charred, burnt flesh. Very steak-like.
So I pull out the silver ring and I do one of those thumb flicks to you, and I'm like, you're welcome. But now I'm very.
I'll put it on
confused.
later.
But now I'm very confused. No, I'm. confused.
Lycanthropy.
Oh. Well, it's my ring. Well, maybe. I mean, is lycanthropy contagious?
Yes,
no.
very.
Yeah, but like,
If he
They
bites.
can't hear me.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it is very contagious. Maybe you don't want to put that ring on.
Wash
I don't
the
know.
ring.
Wash the ring first.
I'll wash it.
Did you put the suit on?
Yeah.
She's wearing a white wolf suit.
I
Is
don't wear
anything,
white.
is anything happening? Do you feel different?
I feel real warm.
It looks real warm. It looks cozy.
We are snug as a bug in a rug.
Wait.
Do I see any markings on the body? Things druidic?
There we
Of
go.
any type? Nothing?
No, but
It's a bug in a rug.
Oh,
he's got the calluses of a miner.
like a kid?
No.
What kind of
so-
kids are working that hard?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is there a
I don't know whether to
mind
judge you
full of wear
personally or
things?
professionally for
Lots
that.
of them.
Is there a mind full of wear things?
Don't know of any such thing.
Probably not a silver mine.
Hey, can you ask Tom what this is? We thought it was a werewolf.
Tom,
now
is
it's
this
a
a
dude.
werewolf?
What is this?
This is a werewolf.
This is a werewolf
Why does that look like a human body?
because it's dead.
Well, it's
Right?
a suit. Is it
Humans
a
turn into
werewolf?
werewolves. Everyone knows
Humans turn into werewolves. Everyone knows that.
Well, apparently not everyone. Because I didn't.
that. It appears that werewolves shed their skin to change their form.
It
Here.
appears that werewolves shed their skin to change their form, and that mask goes down.
So there's no identification on this body or anything. We don't know who this is, or we can't figure out who.
I'll check
Closest
it
you
for
can see is
tattoos.
that it's got the kind of calluses that somebody who worked in mines would have.
So
Is there a
you
mine
shed-
nearby, Tom?
Are they examining the naked dead man?
Yes.
I
Yes.
am.
And can you see through? Maybe we should have Tom examine.
could- yeah.
That man through Billy's eyes.
So I'm gonna
Right, I'll
walk
just pull
over
my
there.
fingers out
Thank
real
you.
quick and
Well,
wipe
they
them
were
out.
still in. You already got the ring.
Just keeping them
You were
warm?
saying- yeah.
I was just making sure.
I got bad circulation.
So I'm gonna walk over to this thing and I'm just gonna, eyeball it.
Split tongue.
And maybe I'm gonna strut a little bit, show off my nice little wolf skin. You wish
We
you
are
It
had
very
does
warm.
look really cozy.
Brower.
Does Tom see anything?
Tom, what do you see?
What do you want to see? What are you looking
We're
for?
the Wild West.
Who this is?
Ah, this is a naked dead man.
This is a naked
A
dead
one-legged
man.
naked dead man with no identifying marks or
with
features.
No identifying marks and features except for some calluses that look like he worked in a mine.
Like
But
Teen
it could be
Wolf?
a-
Is this?
Is this Teen Wolf?
No, Teen Wolf starred Michael J. Fox and later Jason Bateman,
So
unfortunately.
no.
Well, there goes my day and my appetite.
I didn't even watch the third one if there was.
There was a cartoon.
Fascinating.
You know, his dad had Army Ranger and Airborne medals on the wall. I want to know that story because he was in Vietnam. A werewolf in Vietnam. That would have been something. Better than Jason Bateman.
You just fought a werewolf in the Old West. What exactly are you looking for, Mr. Munson?
You just found a werewolf in the Old West. What exactly are you looking for, Mr. Munson?
The 80s?
Reason for being my raison d'etre.
Tom, to those of us who are not familiar with werewolf culture because we were busy doing other things, how did this guy become a werewolf?
Don't confuse race and culture.
When two werewolves love each other very much.
When two werewolves love each other, what?
Wait, what?
Very much.
No,
I don't want to have this conversation,
Was this guy
Tom.
bit by another?
The short answer is I do not know. He could have been born one. He could have been turned into one. It depends on how lycanthropy works on this metaverse.
Burned, turned, borned, born or torned.
Born or torn.
Born.
He was either littered or attacked.
He was either littered or attacked.
Can you
Or
tell
attacked
if there
for
was
They
littering.
attacked him, and
pups?
now he's littered.
Have I rejoined them by now?
Are you
Oh, yeah.
alive?
No.
Oh yeah, my first aid kit.
You are definitely a little, treated a nice big bite wound on his shoulder.
There's some
Tom,
back team. You're
Tom,
fine.
yeah, how concerned should I be about that bite?
Oh yeah, good point.
By the bite? Anyone should be concerned, with the exception of you.
Here.
You'll
Should
be fine.
concerned. You'll be fine.
You want to put this on?
Anyone else who got bit should probably
No.
get
Oh,
attention from
Thank you.
something,
What,
somewhere,
Did anyone
what
soon.
was
get
that
bit?
last part? Why are you okay?
Did anybody else get themselves bit?
I did
Did
not.
anybody else?
You were on him. Did you get bit?
No, the mouth was in front. I was behind.
Just by the wolf
It
rider.
tried to throw a couple of people, but the only person it bit was Doc Holliday. It mauled him.
And according to Tom, you're gonna be fine.
Tom, why is
Are
he
we
gonna
gonna
be
be
okay?
fine?
Let Mr. Holliday know that he, even if the bite does take effect as it should, he won't be any worse off than he is now.
Basically, you're fucked and you can't get more fucked, so you're gonna be okay.
Well, how comforting.
That's what they tell me I'm good at. Comfort.
Tom, you mentioned before that we were here specifically to try and save these four, or they would die.
Well, we see. Sorry, Tom.
That's not specifically what I said. I said, without your help, these four will die.
He said, without our help, these four will die. So we're not here to save them, I guess. But without us, they would have died. So go us.
How would they have died?
Tom, how would they have died?
Various shootouts throughout the northern Texas region.
So we would have
Hunted
died by
down
now.
by marauders, perhaps eaten by werewolves.
Eaten by werewolves, hunted by marauders, some purple people eaters. Apparently, we're better fighters than we are.
You've just chosen to take a different route than you would have otherwise.
We've just chosen to take a different route.
So Johnny Appleseed maps got us lost, is what we're saying.
Oh no, we're way past that.
Okay.
What happened to the letter? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead and ask.
We've still got them.
Still
Which
carrying it.
letter?
Who's carrying the
does
letter?
Does it look really, what was I gonna say? No, because we opened it up and read it, and then we tried to forge it. And
It
then
looks
we-
just as bad as it did after your attempts
Okay,
to
so
forge
we
it
can
and getting it
rewrite
wet
the whole
and all.
thing.
Yeah.
We can rewrite the whole thing.
They
and
thought
it
they
will
were
be
being-
The
fine.
problem is that there are far too many potential possibilities of what could happen.
There are so many options. God only knows what's going to happen.
How far are we from delivering this letter thing again?
El Paso's another day's ride.
Another day's ride. What day is? What time is it?
It's
it sun?
Monday.
Is the sun up?
What
yet?
time is it?
Well, it was Monday. It's now technically Tuesday.
Okay, so it's past midnight.
Okay.
It was about 3 in the morning when you regained control of
So
John
do we
Wesley.
need to sleep some? Like, we're
You
right
might
by
want to
a
get a couple
fire,
more hours.
so we're probably going to be nice and warm.
Well, the barn's gone.
Ooh, let's see if I dream.
Tom wants
So-
to know if he dreams, so I guess
Should
we're
we
sleeping.
go into the
It's
house?
probably going to be of electric sheep, so don't get your hopes up. Let's throw the body on the fire. I don't want to take any chances.
Yeah.
I don't
no
want it coming
evidence.
back for its skin.
Don't
This
leave a
thing's
trail.
comfortable.
Also, normal wolves tend to hunt in packs.
No.
Nothing to worry about, I'm sure.
Tom says there might be a pack we need to worry about.
Pack of what?
The whatever the hell those things are.
Oh.
Wolves hunted back. He could be a lone wolf. Is he a
It's
lone
right there
wolf?
in the name and code.
Okay. Well, listen. I'll help you put the body in the fire so it burns.
Okay, I'm going to listen for other potential wolves.
Okay. You got. Well, then I.
Howling.
You're right. I can carry the body all on my own. I'm gonna take the body down and I'm gonna put it on the
All
fire.
right, you
He's
throw
at
the
least
body
one
under
leg
the
lighter
fire.
than
Yeah,
most people.
no evidence.
Yes, the smell of cooking meat won't attract predators.
Probably not. They like it.
Damn, they can't hear me.
It's going. Right? The barn's on fire?
There's now a person cooking in the barn. Okay.
Tastes like
think
barbecue.
That a giant barn of burning is probably going to overpower any smell.
So with the way fire spreads in Texas this time of year, maybe we shouldn't sleep here.
Apparently, this here fire might spread, so maybe we should also.
Oh, in this
Yeah.
universe, the dirt's flammable? Okay.
Well, you four certainly leave a wake of destruction everywhere you go, don't you?
In fact, they
Tom's being sassy.
No, I'm pointing out the wake of destruction.
Sassy.
Is that what that means?
Mm-hmm.
Then you are also very sassy.
Yes, sir.
I'm afraid that may have been a
I personally
compliment.
don't. I don't know where I've been for the last 4 weeks. I don't need no sleep.
What do you
I'm
want to
ready
do? What do
head
you think
home
we
and
should do?
pass out.
You are, in fact, remarkably not tired at all.
I am remarkably not tired at all and possibly stewing in my own influence.
Normally, this would be a perfect time for me to answer any questions that you might have about the job so far. However, as I am unable to speak to anyone but Andy, this is a terrible idea.
Anybody got any questions? Tom feels like he should answer something.
Oh. Tom, knowing what you know about werewolves, are we in danger of other werewolves showing up right now that we should actually take precautions against?
Well, just to inform you, Crash Jackson was in Mr. Giddling. Maybe you should try to find him. And maybe next you meet a wereowl. Have a hashtag meta point.
Yay!
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Chad.
Chad.
What's
You
the
have a
last
meta
word?
point now. You did not have one before. Just so you know, there is one meta point. I know we don't have the display up, so
Yeah.
Repeat the question?
Are we in immediate, imminent danger? I assume he's asking me to repeat the question by the look on your face. Are we in immediate danger of other werewolves right at this moment, most likely based on what Tom knows and can see in the dark?
I do not know.
He doesn't know.
However,
This
land is full of strange supernatural creatures.
land is full of strange supernatural creatures.
Quite especially further south,
Quite especially further south,
which is where we are headed.
which is where we are headed. So maybe we'd be safer here. He didn't add that last part. That was all me.
In fact, that's probably not a very good option at all.
Wait, what?
I mean, you do still have bounty hunters and what's left of the army at Yosemite chasing you down.
Yeah, apparently we shouldn't stay here either, but we shouldn't go ahead. So, we're like Doc. We're fucked and we can't get more fucked.
Well, let's head south then.
Oh, incorrect. You could be so much more. Yes.
South it is on my account then.
Shall we?
Tom,
We can
Where's
try.
the wind blowing?
west.
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 Cool. Anything's gonna be tracking will come this way. Let's go. Let's head south.
How are horses doing? Can they ride?
fine.
They're fairly well rested and a little frightened by the fire, but otherwise fine.
All right.
Definitely more the second.
Frightened by the fire. All right, let's head south.
They're actually more used to it than most horses.
Yeah, in your case.
All
And
right.
gunshots and a variety of other very unpleasant situations. That
As we're riding south, Tom, I
Hold
gotta
on, I gotta do something.
do it.
Little Roomba, you did good. But this is where you live now.
in the
In
fire.
the fire. I'm gonna just program it to move the fire about so it has something to do. But I don't think we can take it with us on a horse.
It could follow us.
Oh, miss you. Is it that fast? I made it up.
Well, I
It's
mean,
not.
no, it's pretty slow.
We can
It-
talk
it
more
could
as
catch
we
up
ride
with
to El
us.
Paso.
Yeah.
It is only a day's ride.
Yes,
it
please.
might come. It might show up halfway through a bank robbery and be real super useful.
All right, well, I'll program it to follow us. It'll
Okay,
take it a
thank you.
while, but we'll see how it goes. You follow us when you're ready. You make peace with yourself first.
I can think of no better place than wandering Texas for a Roomba.
Well,
Yeah, I did that.
kind of.
It's near dawn by the time you get the horses saddled and set out.
Shit all over the state. So,
Are we going to have victuals?
well, we left the guy burning on there, so probably not.
Oh.
Tom wants to know what things taste like.
I had some of Andy's candy earlier. It was delicious.
Can he taste? Well, he's
He can.
I have the same taste
Everything
capabilities
tastes a little bit tinny to me.
as Billy the
but
Kid, who suffered several head injuries and, yes, a small stroke, and therefore tastes everything a little bit metallically.
Does he like what you like? Or does he like his own thing?
I don't know what I like and don't like.
He doesn't.
Dirt.
I've only tasted one flavor.
I'm not gonna eat some dirt. He doesn't know what he likes. He
Aren't
does.
you a
He
beauty
likes
fruit?
cherry flavored, apparently. I gave
We're
him
not
some
in
of my
Oregon.
cherry candy.
In this moment
Give
of
me your
common
cherry
between the
music.
murder and writing, anyone want to ask Tom why he was feeling scared and why he's sticking with Andy? Hashtag MetaPoint.
That's what I wanted to ask, is see why
Up to
are
2
you,
points.
Why are you...
I just assume he likes feeling strong.
Tom, did you like or not like being with John?
John did not like anything.
John didn't like anything. He's got your number.
What did you like?
What?
Well, do you like being with Andy?
Do you like being with me?
No.
No.
Do you like being... So you didn't like being with John and you don't like being with Andy? Why can't you be on your own now? Like, why are you with...
I am here to serve.
He is here to serve. Now that
I
he's in
wonder
a
how
good
complex
place.
the circuitry on that Sentinel City remedy is. Maybe we put him there for a minute.
We don't have the tools currently.
But you've got the tools to like hop on and graft onto my
I
soul.
don't know how this happened. I'm assuming it has something to do with, you know.
It's like a
He
bad
doesn't
Matt
know
Damon
how
movie.
this happened, but
Them
it
didn't.
has something to do with them.
Which
Who's
them?
You know, the them. We
The
have dealt
them.
with the them many times.
The them.
Jebediah?
No.
Wait,
No,
The-
not the Jebediah.
is it the team that we're following?
No.
No.
It's them. It's the Metaverse.
The Metaverse did this.
We are visitors here.
We are
And
visitors
ones that
here, and ones that
Make a lot of noise.
make a lot of noise. Sure do.
The Metaverse doesn't always appreciate that. and
Does it be easier to
Does
just
things.
let him control your mouth so that we only have to hear it once?
We can try this.
All right.
It might be the Metaverse.
I know I enjoyed the hell out of that. That tickled my pain. Wait, me pain? No, my pain.
Is it because you are in love?
I am in love.
I knew it. That slightly less murderous rage that he feels towards you could, in fact, be love.
Oh no. No. I just downright respect the kid. No, I got me another. Can we stop and watch some stuff?
You finally get the horses saddled by about dawn and set out further towards San Antonio. You can see and more so hear it after a day's ride. When you get close, there's scattered shots. You can hear the whoops and hollers of cowboys.
Ah, Texas.
Ah,
a low
Texas.
wall that surrounds the town that seems to be mostly made of like overturned wagons and stacked up barrels and crates. But somebody took the time to take all that trash out and make a nice little barrier all around San Antonio.
But easier with a Roomba.
Border of San Antonio.
Filtering all the traffic through one gate. There's 6 men. They're in worn, decrepit-looking, old First Civil War cavalry uniforms. But they have seen, the decades of where all of the sleeves are completely frayed and the ankles are frayed. They've got patches, and sometimes it's patches over the patches.
The
and then
ideals are a
patches
little
over the
antiquated.
patches, over the patches.
Looks like they.
But
could
they're
use
really,
a
really
tailor.
trying
Should
to stick
probably
to
call my
that
friend
not been
Helen.
in use uniform for a couple of decades kind of look.
So you don't seem nearly as concerned to have me here as I do.
You're concerned?
I'm not supposed to be here.
No. You're not. I'm just.
Hey, did it
A lot of
come
weird
up
shit has
when I
happened.
was
Not like
on
this.
cell That did it come up how this timeline aligns with the timeline that we knew as pilots?
They were saying that like what seems like days here could be seconds.
Oh,
So you
So
might.
you could have been like, there could have been like an outage glitch that lasts like 10 seconds and it seemed like 4 days or whatever.
Well, do we know how long ago the first Civil War was?
Oh.
Oh, yes, of course we do.
Yes, of course we do. Are you controlling my mouth?
No.
No. Yes, we do. Tom, how long has it been?
25 years?
25 years.
Okay, so this timeline is.
So are all these people kind of geriatric? Or were these like uniforms that were kind of like...
Well, you keep in mind that there were 2 civil wars.
There
They
are 2
reused
civil wars.
some uniforms
Oh, yeah.
during the second one, as it did not last nearly as long as the first.
Isn't that always the way?
It was quick and decisive and clearly in favor of Yosemite from the very beginning.
Quick, decisive, clearly in favor of Yosemite from the beginning. I'm sorry, I think I
can
dropped one.
get that from context. Okay.
So, Tom, why is it important that we help rob the Alamo? Why is that important for
Who's
us?
robbed the Alamo?
Because that should trigger the gateway
That should trigger the gateway
to the next metaverse.
to the next metaverse.
And closer to our quarry.
And closer to our quarry.
Reminded me?
Well, we all have various different reasons for coming along here, but one of the overarching things we're going towards is the Alamo to rob it.
Would you like to know more about the Alamo?
Would you
Yes,
like to know more about
please,
the
Tom.
Alamo?
Yes.
Excellent. What would you like to know?
Excellent. What would you like to know?
At the time that you are arriving,
At the time that you are arriving,
later in the day,
later
today,
in the day today,
there is,
there is,
this weekend,
this weekend,
a very high-stakes poker tournament being held in the Alamo,
a very high-stakes poker tournament being held in the Alamo.
hosted by its current
Hosted
caretaker,
by its current caretaker,
one George
George
Armstrong
Armstrong.
Custer,
Custer. Okay.
who had a very different path than he did in our world.
Who had a very different path than he did in our world.
Still a son of a bitch, though, yes?
The biggest son of a bitch around.
Yes.
In fact, most of the people in this town are horrible people.
In fact, most of the people are they gonna get their population up by 4 more horrible people.
Yes,
Sorry,
I'm afraid we
most
have
of the
just
people are
raised that
horrible people.
population of terrible people by 4.
Who else
Indeed.
is in this poker game?
Who else is in this poker game, Tom?
Mostly high rollers with
High
big
rollers.
bounties on their heads.
Big bounties, huh?
I like big bounties, and I cannot.
The problem
lie.
is the poker tournament costs a lot of money in this
poker
time.
tournament costs a lot of money. How are we gonna get into that poker tournament?
Well, you're going to have to acquire $10,000.
Oh, we could rob the Alamo, and then we can
First,
get
you're going
into
to have
it.
to get into San Antonio.
Oh,
And first, you're going to have to get into San Antonio.
First, we're gonna have to get into San Antonio.
First, we're gonna
Don't
have
get
to
ahead of
San
yourselves,
Antonio.
cowboys.
Tom, are you
Cow people,
are
please.
you confused that you're in Andy's body?
No, I am quite certain of it.
No, he is quite certain he's inside my body. As most people are when they're inside my body. Tom?
I feel like you're chuckling at me telepathically, but I can't understand why.
I have a quick question. This isn't something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, but I kind of been wondering, did we get any points for that werewolf?
Did we get any points for that werewolf?
The werewolf was worth 0 points.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, why?
Why?
Well, in this metaverse, it appears that killing isn't what gets you points.
Killing isn't getting you points.
Otherwise, it would have by now.
'Cause
Because you have killed a lot of people.
We've already killed a ton of people, so killing's nothing new.
I vaguely remember that.
So we're here to change and help these people. So we're doing the same thing that they've been doing.
So we have...
Is writing things
What-
worth
what
some
was that,
points? Because I
Jesse?
feel like I ought to get some points.
I
That's
feel
a-
like if we're here to help these people, we are outlaws. We've been killing forever. Of course, killing's not going to get us any points. It's what they know how to do. What they don't know how to do,
Is help people?
I was going to say, they know how to rob, so why are we robbing the Alamo? Why is that a goal? I feel like that's...
Question.
Are you trying to tell me that we got to grow some consciences?
Where is the silver
Where
in
is
the Alamo?
the silver in the Alamo? Is
Well,
it in the
was in
basement?
my loot box, but...
I was waiting for a Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Where is the silver in the Alamo? I don't. Do we know that?
Miss James is correct.
What
What did you say? I missed it.
The silver is in the basement of the Alamo.
That's what Billy knows, or thinks she knows.
That's what I know. I know something Tom doesn't know. Silver's in the basement of the Alamo.
And there was a brief moment where Pat said something about hoping you find what you're looking for, check the basement, and she winked at you.
She sure did.
And Silver hurt the.
Now, usually when Pat references a basement and winks at me,
Perhaps it has something to do with that.
perhaps
Tom?
it has something to do with that.
Can you ask Tom if this Alamo actually has a basement?
Does
in
this
this
Alamo
universe?
actually have a basement in this universe?
It is not recorded as such
It's
currently.
not recorded as such. Well, of course they're going to keep it a secret.
Secret Alamo basement. Why not?
Secret Alamo basement.
So Silver is to heal. Or
Yeah,
get rid of
if
evil.
we find a shit
Street
ton
light
of
burns.
silver.
Street light burns.
Yeah.
It's like a burn cream.
Turn you blue.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Silver is not
When worlds collide.
for money. It's to help the people. And
Silver is
Are
money.
Silver is money. Are we going to
Do
be
they
like
use it as
Silver does have
currency?
the
Do they use it as
Alamo
currency?
Robin
Yes.
Hood with
It can be used.
necromancers?
It is not a predominant form of currency, but it has value. Yeah, as just about any commodity.
And
does.
it can kill werewolves, which doesn't get you points, but it saves people from getting killed.
In fact, in some communities that lie near the borders of like Yosemite or the Free Republic of Texas, where you have different currencies, sometimes materials such as silver or gold, or just a better form of currency for those people than,
Shells.
say, people who are, right close to a capital center and rely on traditional merchants and commerce.
Or, you
It's
know.
still used
Listen
for
to Alex Jones here.
knives and forks and things.
That's true. On account
And
of
yes,
don't
definitely
do that.
used for a lot of jewelry and fine crafting, and silver inlay is
and
still very
killing
popular. And
dead things.
well,
and all
not,
these-
not that you've ever heard of, except for very recently.
Well,
This is a
we
new
just
thing.
discovered that
This is
silver kills them. They have a necromancer problem. I'm just saying, if we rob the Alamo and we take it down to the necromancer problem, no more necromancer problem. Turn it into bullets.
Maybe that's what your goal is.
Now, I don't know much about necromancers in this universe, but where I'm from, they don't exist. But in other places I have been, you don't necessarily need silver. Regular bullets would probably kill them pretty good too. But
But to get close to them
The
through their
werewolves.
hordes of werewolves and vampires and other soul suckers like my
yeah.
ex-boyfriend.
Tom, are these like soul
He was into
sucking
feet.
people of change? Do they exist outside of the borders of these cities that we visit? Like, are there any recordings of them being inside these major cities? Or are they all outside the major cities?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like every run-in that we've had with everything has been outside of a city. It's been while we're traveling. Like, is there any?
No, we pulled those
we-
vampires off of
Oh,
Mr.
that's
Clemens,
right.
and that was right dead in town.
Okay.
Ooh, the memory's hazy, but it's coming back. I should have
Why didn't you
taken some
remind
time
us
to do
about that?
something.
It might be as much as I am loath to admit it.
Probably should not have watched American Vandal 2 and instead done some homework, is what I'm saying. I was a mite sick.
But it might be that
You're
we
still a
truly
mite
are.
sick. It's just up here.
Oh, you've seen American Vandal 2 as well?
But it might be that truly we are just here to try and,
Enrich people's lives.
well, try and make the
Like
connection
chat.
on behalf of
They don't know.
Samuel Clemens.
They
Try and get the reinforcements to help the people who are here doing the good
And
good
they
fighting
should leave
work.
us behind to. Both things can be true.
If there's
I have a theory.
Tom has a theory.
Yes, Tom.
It is by no means sound, but it is educated.
It might be bad, but it's educated.
That's a hypothesis.
Assuming that there is silver in the Alamo.
Assuming there's silver, of course there's going to be silver in the Alamo. Go
Assuming
on,
there
Tom.
is, it is going to be protected heavily.
It's going
yes?
to be protected heavily.
Yes.
Why protected?
Why protect
If
it?
it's not money,
If it's not money,
I just asked if it was money. You guys
it's
said it.
It's a
some
trade
money.
good and a
It's
common
trade
one.
good.
Yeah.
But if it's heavily protected, it would
Is
stand
it
to reason
magic
someone wants
silver?
to keep it there. so
And
it don't-
not go after the
Yeah.
necromancers. So maybe
maybe this is a chance for your
Rob from the
Maybe
rich and give
this-
to the poor.
This is a chance for you bad people to do some good.
We're gonna be doing some
giddy
good
up Robin
because
Hood work right here, folks.
maybe
We're a road
the people that
gallery.
are
Yeah, given your
are-
metaverse
are-
track record, this could be your redemption.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I working hope so.
There's that word again.
Oh,
Redemption. We're gonna
Bork.
it's a
Bork.
Bork.
is there a redemption?
Bork-demption.
in Texas? Maybe we should just head there.
I wouldn't
just,
trust it.
I'm just saying, like, if they're trying to keep all the silver in one place, it could be that they are working with the necromancers to make sure that nobody has any tools to fight off the demon horde with.
Which means the good men will go nowhere near it, and so bad men must.
The
I
rich
see.
stay rich and the poor get eliminated.
Nobody is going to
You just
accuse
kind of trailed
any
off
of the
there.
four
Was
of
there more
you.
to that?
What?
You just kind of trailed off there. Was there more to that?
Yeah, no one's going to accuse any of the four of you of being altruistic
No
or
one's
even
going to
attempting
accuse
it.
us of being altruistic.
You're basically
All Triscuits?
Altruiskits? Yeah, that sounds about right.
undercover good guys,
Undercover good guys. That makes
Black
sense.
pepper.
or at least as good as you are as actual
Well,
people.
I mean, we can kill two birds with one stone. We
I
can
thought we weren't
release
supposed
the silver.
to kill. You're sending me mixed messages.
I'm just saying, we can free up all that silver and put it back into the economy, which then people can use
And
to
it could
save
trickle
themselves.
down. Wait, no.
No, we're about as low as it
Lost
gets.
it
It's
there.
not trickling down anywhere.
Albert, we have three flamethrowers. Three flamethrowers left.
Yeah,
I love flamethrowers.
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 Flamethrowers?
So, because one of them, I threw yours down the gullet. So.
Yeah.
Well, let me just pose a question. So, you're strategizing about something you're going to do, and you haven't even gone into town and know.
No, we're riding this whole time.
We're
Yeah,
not
we're
going
talking-
into
We're-
town
we're-
until
we're
we
riding in
have
real
a strategy.
time.
Okay.
We're riding in real time.
I'm just trying to figure out if you're formulating a plan without information. Because I love it when people make plans without data.
Okay,
It
can we get
always
some
turns
more
out
information
great.
then?
I got a question. Have we hit a waffle yet? Okay.
So you can't shapeshift
Into a
into a
colonial
Custer.
guard person
You
to
could
let
be
us ride
a
in.
Custer.
Have we hit boosts
Yeah.
yet? That's the question.
You haven't even tried to ride in yet to even know what happens.
Oh,
No.
okay, so
Doesn't look
how
like
is it guarded?
There's just 6 of those cavalry uniform looking guys hanging out by what's you could call it a gate, but really it's where the trash stops and there's
Oh, I
room to
got
ride
you.
in.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Can
That sounds like
I
Before-
use
no,
my
before we do anything-
persuasion
No, no, no.
to persuade them
No, no,
that
no, no,
we are
no.
here for good reasons?
Before we do anything, take off that damn wolf suit before
What?
they shoot you.
No, I'm
We're
sorry.
looking
This
like-
thing is telling them
Andy
that I
Jameson is
killed a wolf.
97 degrees outside of this suit.
How does that
Yeah,
make
which
it all
means it's
feel,
getting
by the
real
way?
hot inside.
What I'm trying to tell you is that I think your balls are sweating.
Take
They
off
are.
the damn wolf suit.
At night it was great, but now during the daytime
Fine.
it is excruciatingly
But
uncomfortable.
here's the thing: don't throw it. Just keep it. You never know. When we'll
What
need
if
the
I
wolf
put
suit.
it on my horse and
It'll
then?
wrinkle. You need to fold it neatly and put it in the pack. And then when you get to where you're going, take it out, boil some water next to it, get the steam going. It'll make it all nice, take all the wrinkles out of it.
And then the three of us will fit
He
in
learned that
there
from Jane.
and do the little circus act that we were talking about before.
Do I have a large stick? Like, can I mount it on a pike and just sort of be like, "That's
Oh.
right"?
I don't know if we want to do that.
well, the previous wolf
If
did.
you want to hang a wolf hide from a stick, it just seems really strange.
But this is my
If
banner.
they are enemies, you are just letting them know that you're coming as a killer. Unless you
yeah,
think it's a
and
flag of
I'm
surrender.
It's what?
It looks
It
like a
is-
flag
it
of
would look
surrender.
like
It's
a
a
white
giant.
flag.
It looks
It
like
would
a
look
huge
like you
white
were-
flag of surrender.
It would look like you were riding up to surrender with that on. Absolutely.
Well, that gets us in the gate, doesn't it?
Well, wait.
That gets you
but-
arrested at the gate.
Yeah,
Fine.
we're surrendering, so that also
Where is
tells
the
us we did
surrender?
something
I'm
else.
curious where the data is coming from, the assumption is coming that there's some problem getting in.
There might not be a problem. I mean,
The gates do appear to be open.
And there are clearly
And
people
guarding.
in San Antonio. You can hear them.
And we also have a letter that we're supposed to deliver.
Okay, bring
And
me
you are in the
means
bodies
we
of
are
can't read.
And you are in the bodies
emissaries.
of four
We
people who
are-
have killed lots of people and are very,
and we are
very
under
scary.
diplomatic protection.
Nonetheless, four people that are notoriously very, very scary and known
So
to
it-
shoot you for disagreeing with them.
Right, so it might not actually be all that difficult.
I'm
Fine,
gonna
I'll
put
take
on
the
my
wolf
mustache.
skin off. Take the wolf skin off.
They don't really seem to stir or even get up as you get
No,
closer and closer
I'm still
to the
stuck in
gates.
here.
And then one finally gets up from the barrel. He's got
Stop
his
that
rifle
itches.
resting over. There's 2 laws here in
We
San
helping
Antonio.
This time. Probably. Well, we're trying. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.
2 laws in San Antonio. Rule 1. What Custer says goes.
Custer said go.
Custer says.
Number 2, take it
Then what Custer
outside.
said
Get
left.
outside.
You break number 1, you get shot.
Outside.
You break number 2, you pay for all damages caused, no matter who started the altercation.
Got it?
Wait, so both sides pay?
Uh-huh.
That's a good. That's a
Oh.
moneymaker right there.
I think we keep the saloons in business.
So we're not allowed to fight or break anything
Inside.
inside.
Hence
All
the
shooting,
noise.
fighting, stabbing, and killing must take place within the streets.
I see.
Quick question. So is this just a natural occurrence from all the people taking it outside? Then this isn't a wall built.
Here's some more towards that hashtag hack attack.
Oh, thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad. I love a good hack attack. Hashtag, that's
These are
different.
just
I also
bits
enjoy
lying
those.
around.
Yes.
These are just bits lying around that weren't seeing any use.
Okay.
Most of them look like things that would be used in like a normal town for like, sanitation or,
Buckets?
the stuff to keep a town functioning. And as you ride past this guy into San Antonio, it's
Oh,
clear
so we
that
just
it's,
ride on it.
that it's more like a town of squatters, that everyone came and they took residence and that's what they're doing. Some of the houses that just have like piles of stuff burning in the middle of the living room and they don't care.
Oh, so it's like my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
We could have
definitely,
just thrown that guy on the fire here. Within
Yeah, I was
fire.
gonna
Ain't
say-
no
there's a
fire.
definitely like apocalyptic sort of feel to it. And in the center of San Antonio, completely fortified and walled, is the Alamo. And there are dozens and dozens of guards patrolling the interior and exterior of it. And it's the only thing in really nice, high quality shape.
Prep
Well,
myself.
there's a ton of energy and buzz in town. There's people all over the place. There's numerous hotels, gambling houses, saloons, bordellos. I think that seems to be the only form of business in town is entertainment or things that cater towards people involved in entertainment.
It's like a new Vegas.
There's some gold miners from nearby claims, rustlers, cattle drovers, gunslingers, gamblers, just about everybody who could ever possibly have a criminal record from anywhere or has done anything bad.
Right at home.
Tax.
Right at home. Now,
Right.
riding through, there are people who
Jaywalking.
shoot each other in the street as you're going through town.
That's not taking it outside, but they pay for it.
Statistically, you could probably
Oh,
just
it's
start
outside of the
randomly
business
shooting people in the
establishments.
street, and
Oh,
if you live
it didn't
through
mean
it,
outside of town.
use their
No,
bodies to pay
just
off
this.
bounties.
Oh, that's a
Since
good idea.
Such a high
important to know.
probability of them having one.
Now, does that mean that there are a ton of bounty hunters here? Like, are there going to be people coming
There
after
probably
us?
are a couple of bounty hunters.
Shit. Well, I'm about to turn bounty hunter.
The town is quite full of people, and making your way through, it seems most of the hotels are fairly full up. It might be difficult to find a place to stay.
There is
Slept
an
in worse
event
places.
this weekend, the hotels will be most likely full. Although
There are many.
few well-placed gunshots could probably take care of that.
High stakes gambling hotels are going to be full, but we
There
can
might
empty
be
some
more than
rooms.
just us trying to lift that silver as well. We're trying to lift.
Well,
something.
good. We're going to need some hands. Silver's
Hang on, guys.
heavy.
Now, Tom, you know that chat wants to work with you. We also want to save the metaverse. Do your pilots. And maybe we did this to you because you need a little empathy to help them do so. Hashtag hack attack.
But I feel nothing.
Oh, no.
Oh, they just bought one.
About what?
All right, Let me see it.
If I had it, I would hand it over to you. I'm assuming that they're going to pass it to me at some point here, and I have an idea of what's coming, but I can't be sure. All right. As I said, there's definitely an event going on this weekend. Most of the hotels seem fairly full up, but you're able to find one that is not completely booked. And you can overhear a lot of people talking. There is most definitely a poker tournament going on this weekend. $10,000 is the entry. Custer's hosting it himself in the Alamo. He's got all kinds of big players coming.
Does anybody have poker playing skills?
Doc is quite the talented poker player.
Sleight of hand, if nothing else.
You're good at cheating, Billy, but you're not so good at actually playing the game.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
So what
Dr.
I'm
John Holliday is
understanding-
as good a poker player as he is a dentist.
So what I'm understanding is we got to get him in this tournament, then we got to monitor it right up to Custer's last hand.
In addition to getting your hotel room, you find out that tomorrow night, Custer is throwing quite the little soiree in the Alamo.
It's a shindig down here somewhere.
I was going to say that, but I like the word soiree.
What does soiree mean?
Hey, all right.
Shindig.
Boosted abilities, everybody.
Yeah.
Ah, lovely.
Boosted abilities are unlocked!
Boosted ability.
Thank you, guys.
What is that?
Your
Your-
waffle
the
ability on the
waffle?
bottom,
Yeah.
that's about boosted ability.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you so much, chat.
Thanks, Chad.
Yes. Thank you.
Is that the actual hack that I'm reading on there, AK? Is that what you guys just did, or is that a different one? I'm confused.
So I'm going to check into the hotel.
Because
I got
that
some
one's
stuff I need to
rather
wash up.
interesting.
So I'm going to wash up my ring.
You're able to wash up your range. You can get baths if you want. Which
Turn
none
them
of you
sour.
have had.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we would like a bath very much.
You
can have
can't
some
wash
real
away
beer,
that
which you
shame,
haven't had in quite a
Tom.
few weeks
He
yourself.
keeps scrubbing the
I've
same
tried.
Surprisingly,
over again.
the
I've
quality
tried.
the quality of liquor and beer in these establishments is particularly high.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
straight to that mini fridge, and I'm taking an airplane shot of whiskey right now because
I thought you weren't drinking anymore.
So,
hair
the,
dog.
There
the
goes
room
half of the
temperature, the room temperature Kentucky Red Eye from the shelf. Then okay,
Perfect. Hair of the
mini
dog.
fridge.
Don't touch.
Don't touch what?
Don't touch my drink.
Don't touch any drink.
No.
Yeah, there's definitely a soiree going on
You
tomorrow.
may use
a
some of
poker
that
tournament
drink to
this
like
weekend.
sanitize that ring, but you do not let it touch your lips.
And there's a lot of big names in town.
You do the same thing with Tom.
Sanitize.
Any names that we've
Don't
heard
recognize.
specifically?
Oh yeah, you've heard that the illegitimate son of Abraham Lincoln, Abe Broham Lincoln,
Oh,
is in
no.
town.
Nope. Nope. Thanks, everybody.
He's rather notorious for his horrible behavior. In the modern era, he'd be one of those
Right.
YouTube people who's constantly showing themselves at like terrible parties. You know the guys I'm talking about, going to weird countries and doing stupid things.
Lincoln
No,
Paul.
I don't
Yes.
watch the.
Right.
That would be
I don't
Abe
watch those
Broham,
channels.
who would probably be either have already been hung or executed in some fashion for now if it wasn't for the son of the killer of his village, John Wilkes Booth II. It's like his Smithers and
Junior.
keeps him out of trouble, pays the bribes needed, just basically
John
makes it
Wilkes
so Abe
Jr.
Broham
Just the two, yeah.
can party on forever. Which
Is he
what
also
does.
an immortal sorcerer? Like, can
Not
he?
that you know of. You do know that Abe made his fortune selling war bonds at the last minute and then watching the Confederacy go under and laughing because he didn't have to pay for any of the war bonds.
Oh,
And then he did it again during the East versus West struggle.
You'd think people would learn.
He was basically a con artist who got his fortune to party off of selling war bonds to destitute people.
Oh, okay.
Just a great guy. There's, of course, Colonel Sanders, the chicken baron, is in town. Yeah.
No, I
Hey,
hate
he's
you.
a chick magnate.
Now, he bought up all the chicken farms during the First Civil War, and it was allowed him to control the eggs and chicken industries during the Second. He wouldn't sell
Which
to
of those
those.
came first?
We'll never tell.
Yeah, we'll never tell. He
Lemon
wasn't much of a fan of the Yankees, and so he did sell the majority of the chicken and
Not a
eggs
Yankees
to Teddy
Yes,
and
that's
Yosemite
all it
during the
was.
Second
Go
Civil
Sox.
War.
So,
But he did up the prices substantially and really gouged him on it. Made a
isn't
fortune.
that a war crime?
In its own way, yes.
Great. So we're in good company, friends.
Oh yeah.
I had a cousin who
There's
was
also
chicken ginger.
Wilbur Orville, the Wright brother, as he's called.
Yes. Wilbur
Orville.
Orville Wright.
Yeah, he was a slave that was freed at during the first Civil War, and he studied engineering and he's built the first plane. He was selling them to Edison during the Second Civil War, using them to bomb civilian
It was
populations.
actually an Avatar in season 1.
I was gonna say, did he fly here?
Not that you know of.
There's no planes. We didn't see any.
You didn't see any
parts?
planes or
No
gliders. as he
helicopter
uses
pads
them.
on the hotels.
Keep in mind that
it's a
Wilbur
mail plane.
Orville's planes are
Can't
more
you
along the
see
lines of
little
what you
balls?
understand to be a hang glider.
Aircraft, nonetheless, is something I know how to use.
Doesn't look like there's a launch placed anywhere near San Antonio. It's kind of flat and in a
Yeah.
bowl. You'd need a cliff or a ledge or something. Maybe a
It's
really
like
high
a
wall.
paella plate.
No, nothing really to jump. I guess if you jump from someplace really far away, really high, you might be able to hang glide here one way, and then
Off
you'd
the
never.
Alamo?
And then you never. Too short. You might make it 50 feet,
Okay.
maybe,
Okay.
if that. You'd probably just.
Sometimes 50 feet's enough.
Yeah.
You kind of need a little bit of air current for a hang glider to work effectively. Otherwise, people would just be jumping off of buildings and towers with them. Be very messy, very fast.
I don't know that that's necessarily a deterrent.
Well, that's all you're able to find out right away before you're able to settle into your hotel room. There's a lot of people in town, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of people you could talk to, a lot of things you could do.
Well,
I
should
want to
we
give me one of them hang gliders and jumping off the Alamo.
should we get some gossip maybe? Like
I
go
think we should
talk
get
to
some
people?
dinner.
What kind of gossip are you looking for, Billy?
How many men are guarding the Alamo?
Well,
What is
we're
the
not
buy-in?
The
What?
buy-in. How do we get to play this game? We don't want to ask.
$10,000 buy-in.
Well, you can imitate
What
someone.
kind of currency do they accept?
Anything they can spend.
How's your forgery again?
Real good.
Alright. You want to forge us
Make
a
the
bond?
Mona Lisa.
I would
Oh.
love to forge you a bond. Like James
Like a
Bond?
bearer bond,
Bearer bond?
like a I don't know, gold bond. I got some chatness
You're not
going on now.
able to find out how many guards he has, but you can find out that the Alamo is very heavily guarded. People are searched before entry. It's a big deal. Custer is a very, very paranoid individual. He
Okay.
apparently makes them go into a room
That's not paranoid, that's perverted.
and then they get searched.
Again, not paranoid, just perverted.
There's a Custer video game I remember. Kind of like that.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
But everything you
Oh,
hear
honey.
seems to have his
You
paranoia
need to
centered
Google.
around himself and his precious Alamo.
So here's a question: we're in a hotel? Is anyone like practicing poker for this game?
There's all
downstairs
kinds of
where we
random
can-
games of poker
where we
going on
can
everywhere.
make some money on top
A couple
of
of
that?
dollars, maybe.
What's our
You're talking
hotel?
about cowpokes for the most part.
what's our hotel called? Does it have any kind of like? If we were to say knockout parts of the sign, would it make a funny statement?
Probably not.
Okay.
And most of these
And
cowboys are
nobody
illiterate.
can read.
Yeah, most of them are illiterate anyway. It'd be a great joke for the four of you.
Where's this letter supposed to go again? Who we're supposed to deliver it to?
Custer.
Okay, so
Well,
He is throwing a party tomorrow.
I mean, so we have to deliver the letter A. Can we get into this party,
Just the
or do
letter
we
A?
need to get?
Everyone is apparently invited.
Everyone's
Everyone.
Okay,
Oh.
great.
But
so
you
But
did
also
hear what the
research.
entry is going to be like.
Yeah. Well, I'm down with that.
it's heavily guarded, but we got the letter. He wants to see
I
us.
mean,
But getting your weapons in, not likely.
We should ask around and see if there's anyone here what looks a little Wendy-like, just for kicks, since we in a new place where there's a lot of people. Just because I think it'd be nice to have a friendly face.
my face isn't friendly enough for you.
Your face? No, your face is freaking freaky.
So what exactly are you asking around about this Wendy? How are you asking
So-
about this?
Well, who here can draw? You can. So
Yeah,
You're
okay.
drawing Wendy?
we're drawing Wendy
We're
and
drawing
asking
Wendy.
if anyone's seen this person.
Okay.
We'll look like
Guys.
bounty hunters. Ain't nobody gonna bat an eye. That's looking for a bounty. We should ask around, just see.
Except that
just
is
see.
clearly Jesse freaking James. There's
I'm in the
This is
wolf
true.
suit.
You all are very. There's no hiding your identities. Like people say your names as you're going
Again,
by.
we've got a shapeshifter.
People
so
say your names as you go by. You know, the guys whisper. Some of them immediately like duck their heads and don't make eye contact. You have reputations.
Maybe that's what we should change. Just be nice to everybody.
Well, that'll
That might make
confuse
them more
people.
suspicious,
That
but
might.
we could try.
Well, we can
John
try
Wesley
being
next
nice.
to someone who terrify them.
We can try it. It might work.
Little buttercup has a
Sweetest.
Smile!
He's like beer.
So you're going to show around a sketch of Wendy
I think does anyone else have any other thoughts? I'd like to just find out.
and ask around if you've seen this woman. Very
But do it like this. Have you seen this woman?
Or you could just hold the sketch over your face so
Yeah.
they don't show, so they're not scared by you. Be like, have you seen this woman?
$30 and 4 hours later. Somebody has seen Wendy.
We've been spending money on this and not just intimidating the shit out of people.
Occasionally you do have to buy a drink.
Jesus.
Hey, it's money I'm not putting in my mouth.
Now somebody has seen Wendy.
So where is
She
Wendy?
sounds remarkably similar and looks remarkably similar to someone who's known to be Samuel Clemens' personal aide. Mark Twain.
Mark Twain? Wendy's Mark Twain?
Wendy's
Twain's personal
Mark Twain's
aide.
personal
Personal
aid.
aid.
So we left.
Should have ran into her. Oh,
We
you weren't in town that long.
Oops.
rude. Rude.
Yeah, but for the grace of a lung infection, go we.
Well, we did
Not in
that.
front of Doc.
Thanks, Dick.
Doc.
Tubercular loser. I don't want to hear it.
It hurts because it's true.
And because it's terminal.
And
And
well, no, I fixed that. Ish.
we
It's like
definitely
putting
need
a
to be
Band-Aid
careful.
over a gun.
Out of the frying pan, as they say.
Very much out of the frying pan.
Sorry, what was that?
Uh-huh.
All right, what else do we need to know about things?
So we're gonna try and get in the game.
What else do you
Is
want to know?
there a basement in the Alamo?
You
Just
believe
asking
that
people.
there is, but talking to nobody seems to think there's a basement.
Jesus
Nobody's
Christ.
heard of
What?
one.
Does anybody have blueprints? I mean, come on.
Is tomorrow the 5th
The
of
thing
November by chance?
Custer has done a lot of additions onto the Alamo that we know. It's a bigger building than it was.
Is Custer
You can't-
upset about Winchester rifles messing up a lot of people? He's like adding on to the Alamo to keep the spirits at bay?
No, he just decided to make it a fortress because he thought the first battle was super cool.
I don't remember it.
It does not have a custard shop.
I've been avoiding it the whole game, so thank you, whoever.
Custard shots, maybe?
Custard shots?
It was the dessert at the soiree tomorrow.
Vanilla banana! Which is
Can I possess someone a little less amused with themselves,
and
please?
sweetie scotch.
Nope. This self-satisfaction is probably pretty enjoyable.
I told you not to let him do that.
Self-satisfaction, he ain't
Why you
involved.
don't have access
He's
to
just
it?
watching.
Involved.
You don't have access to 100% of Billy's thoughts, dreams, all. Billy is 100% certain, with no actual facts behind it, that there is a basement. But she
Oh,
is
yeah.
certain.
Well,
She has no reason
when
to be,
Pat
but she is
winks at you-
absolutely certain.
certain. I've been there. In my dreams. Those are pretty reliable.
I still have not experienced one, so I cannot say for sure.
We can take a nap.
Tom, have you experienced outside of your fear back there for your existence?
It
have
was
you-
concern.
concern. Forgive me. Have you experienced any other emotions?
When I was with Mr. Harden.
When he
In-
was with Mr. Harden.
Intense anger.
Intense anger.
Pretty much all the time. And
Pretty
hatred.
much all the time.
And some mix between the two. And then
anger and
a
hatred.
twinge of joy whenever something died.
Twinge of joy. At death.
Mr. Harden is a terrible man.
Mr. Harden is a terrible man.
Yes, but you're all terrible, man.
Hashtag not all of our eyes.
You need to stop showing them to people.
Well, I just wake up with them. What am I gonna do? Keep it to myself?
Yes!
What else are we doing?
Oh no!
This is
Can
adorable.
we, like, sightsee some?
Oh yeah.
Let's get some souvenirs.
There's plenty to sightsee in town.
You do need
Drink,
money.
Carouse.
We do need money. We could we put on like a sharpshooting show? Could we,
None of that's gonna net you $10,000.
You know what's going to net us $10,000 is finding someone who's already in the poker game and stealing their $10,000.
Oh, you know what? Why don't we get this A. Broham guy?
He sounds like a
He sounds like, yeah. He sounds like.
He sounds like a broham.
I just want to take a moment to say I don't know if I'm comfortable with killing Abraham Lincoln's, even in a fiction.
But don't say anything about killing.
Right.
We'll just, meet him.
Illegitimate son.
Oh, that's fine.
He is a bastard.
in every
Both
way.
literally and figuratively.
Well, then why don't we hunt him down? Where's he likely to be?
Probably in
He might be sightseeing.
This entire town, including yourselves, is full of miserable bastards.
And we have to be the best people in it, right? That's what
Yeah.
we're going for?
Yes. Doesn't sound like it's going to be that hard.
Yay. I can.
So, how do we get $10,000 in the course of 48 hours?
Well,
Sex.
it's only Tuesday. The party is tomorrow.
Prices aren't
Saturday.
here what they are at home.
Okay.
Saturday is the poker tournament. So you have 4 days until the poker tournament starts.
Do we know if most people have paid their entry fee so they would not be carrying the entry fee?
A lot of the high rollers already have. They came into town, they paid, they're sitting
Well,
in
who
the
are some of the high
rollers?
Abraham Lincoln,
You know what I would
Colonel
like
Sanders.
to do? I want to find this guy, and I kind of want to do just like a not
that
poker, but like, does he like guns?
You'd have to go find out.
I like to do like a shooting contest.
So-
like, put some money on that.
I have one question
He
about.
sounds like he wants to spend money.
I have one question about the poker tournament. Is it a situation where they buy some type of ticket which gets them in, or is it their name is on the list?
It's quite an exclusive. It's the equivalent of showing up in our current time period with about $10 million in cash and entering a poker tournament. So it's not like there's a lot of confusion as to who's playing.
So it's not like it's like this chip gives you.
No,
kind of
they,
thing.
it's kind of, if you show up with 10 million, they kind of remember you. You're not going to be able to just slide in with somebody else's cards and play.
Unless
A
you're
very
a
limited number of players.
shapeshifter and can look like
What if we befriend
Abraham.
Lincoln and somehow his hands get broke so he cannot play? Or we instill in him the thought that he is going to lose.
Here,
And
or
to let one of us play in his stead.
here's the thing: you're good at poker. If we can get money for you to play the game, I can pose as the bro hand. I don't know how to play poker at all. So I can step in for Broham,
We'd have to
play the game for him.
knock him out, but that's going to be about as hard as putting a fake quarter in 10 inches of water. I mean, he seems like a pretty smart fella. Be sure to like that emancipation and hit that subscribe button.
He is notorious for riding on his dad's coattails.
And what long cocktails they were.
Uh-huh.
I told him his glasses off.
He will, however, never, ever, ever wear a hat. He has this thing about wearing hats. Abraham Lincoln does not wear a hat.
He's got nice hair.
Eh.
No, not even nice hair.
Has a phobia of hats.
Oh, phobia.
That's where the murder hit.
A
first.
phobia of hats.
All right,
We got a big wolf hat.
that's a suit.
You can make it into a coonskin.
How dare you cut the head off my wolf
No,
skin?
it'd be like a cape, like Coming to America. What is that, velvet or something? Just like put it,
We couldn't.
you know?
We could threaten to put a hat on his head unless he gave us all his money.
I don't think
It's not
focusing
okay.
on the
Yeah,
hat
okay.
phobia is necessarily our best in with this guy.
It's an option.
Yes, let's use the wolf. We couldn't possibly find any other way to do this. Let's use the wolf.
There are other ways.
Where? How?
Now, maybe other people have phobias too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe other people have leverage we could get on them that are in this poker tournament. I mean, one of them he can't even fly. Maybe we could get the Wright brother some information to make his flying machine a little bit better.
You know what?
We got that information
Oh, that's true.
in our hats, which Abraham Lincoln's a scared of.
You know what rich people really like?
Poor
Fundraisers.
people? Oh, sorry.
Like, people love a good charity event. We could make up a fake charity for the widows and orphans of the second.
Good or even moderately not horrible evil rich people are definitely that. But war profiteers and people who exploited children and probably not.
Maybe
so keen
their
on
consciences
charity.
are getting to them.
$10 million in like 4 days. I don't know if spending money is.
Well, if we're trying to attract them, it wouldn't be with altruism. It would be with another
Greed.
get-rich-quick scheme.
Perhaps another
They
way.
can get a tax break.
You know what people would like to see?
Tom?
One of the 4 craziest killers in all the land dueling with another one of the 4 craziest killers in all the land. They'd
1, 2, 3,
probably
not
pay-
it.
They'd probably pay $1,000 a head to just sit around and watch that.
This is the 1800s.
This is the 1800s.
$1,000 a head would fly someone around the world twice, and flying machines don't exist. I'm just saying, it's a lot of money.
I hear crickets, so I guess everyone's okay with this idea then.
If I might,
$1,000 a head. Okay, go ahead.
I have a suggestion
Coming up
or
with an
two.
idea.
Tom's got some thoughts.
Well, if you're trying to stay on quote unquote the straight and narrow path and be better people than
Narrow.
you generally are in a town full of horrible people
If we're trying
who
to be
have
good.
no souls of charity, there are people who are still in need. There's a supernatural epidemic, ghost stories. Since all of them aren't stories, there may be truth to a lot of them. So focus on the ones that have treasure involved.
So basically,
Everyone else will be too afraid.
there's probably some sort of like buried treasure around here that isn't in the Alamo, I guess, and we could.
No.
No, I think I get what you're saying in a weird way. It's like I hear your thoughts.
Telekinesis.
That's not what that means.
What about telekinesis?
Telepathy?
Basically, what I'm
Telepathy.
thinking is, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. Let's go bust some ghosts for cash.
We got the wolf skin.
We got the wolf
proof.
skin. I say we go out and we find us some bounties on things what don't necessarily make us bad people for killing.
I
How are you
mean,
gonna go about this?
Monster Hunter West.
Wow, the West is in 16 frames a second and sucks.
Well, this now would be potentially a good time for the wolf display held aloft.
Ooh.
Let's go
Essentially
to the
using
most
that as a
popular,
shop front.
Let's go to the most popular bar in town right now.
And knock it out.
No, you're not drinking the thing. We're gonna go to the most popular bar in town right now, and then rouse up some conversation with some locals, and then start really,
and then I'm
parading
gonna
our
thump my
tails.
big ass wolf
Whoa.
on the table
Oh.
Yeah, really.
and say, "I killed that."
Well,
And
I did that
start
once when I was
start
drunk.
circulating as much as we can the success we have had against the unnatural
Yes.
and all bizarre manner of oddities, and that for a price we our services can be retained.
that sends us back out of town, maybe too.
It does.
Okay.
Maybe
Excellent.
there might be a
4
goal.
days.
Tomorrow is the party. 4 days for the poker tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
We want to be there
We'll
for
be
the
back
party.
for the
Yes.
party. That's not a
We
problem.
could, of course, also like rob people, but go on.
I can't believe
You could, of
picked
course,
one them.
always rob people.
Yeah.
Billy.
Dude, whatever.
I had
You could
seeds in
always
the teeth.
rob and
You didn't
murder.
even have pants. Where'd you keep it?
Don't you want to know?
So working through the crowd for several hours into the wee hours of the morning, sharing drinks, listening to stories, circulating rumors, and
Being sober.
I don't know. Are you being sober, John Wesley? I'm curious.
Are you being sober?
Yes.
Are you being sober?
You would not let me
Yes,
drink
I'm
when it was
being
John Wesley.
sober.
I'm not being sober. I don't need to be sober.
So you're saying that you were going to drink?
Yes, I'm going to drink, Tom.
Alcohol?
Yes, Tom.
To the point of inebriation?
Maybe. Stop. This is an excitement that I am not feeling, but I'm feeling because you're feeling it.
I am also very excited. Let's drink.
Is it good? No.
That couldn't be a disaster.
All right,
Tom,
friend.
what are you like when you're drunk?
I do not know.
I actually kind of. Okay, wait just a second. Can I buy Billy a drink, a shot?
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
Okay, here you go.
Chat, you can do this
Here's a
too.
shot. You want one?
Well, there are 4 people with high bounties on their heads. You always could just cash one of yourselves in and break them free later.
Rude.
Hashtag MetaPoint, and if you want
As so
someone
did I,
else
but
to
did not
cash in
suggest
their
it.
bounty.
For
Rude.
tactical reasons.
Well, my thought was we'd do the shootout. Someone wear a stove door in front of them on account of these people ain't got movies because they're stupid. And we, he killed Doc Holliday.
And then we all jump off balconies onto horses and ride off into the sunset.
Very sound, but an important part to note about your personal bounties is they are held by the Kingdom of Yosemite, where you are not currently.
Yeah.
And you're wanted dead or dead.
Yeah. Dead.
Outside of that.
But by them. Only by
know
the
what?
Kingdom. You have no standing
understand
bounties in
that.
any other place.
So no, we're not worth.
You're not
anything.
wanted right here in
We're
San
not
Antonio.
worth anything.
If somebody wanted
San
to
Antonio.
drag your dead carcass all the way back to Yosemite and trade it in for cash, they could try.
By
and do
which
so.
point we are going to be so riddled full of flies, no one's going to be able to tell who we are.
And then there is you are Jesse James, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid, and John Wesley Hardin.
Yeah, there's.
Aside from yourselves, there's not a lot of other people who would be willing to take on the job on any one of you.
And if
You're
they try to
probably
kill
looking at the
me,
only
it looks
people
like
capable of
murdering a
taking
child, and
the
not too
job
many
to
people
bring the
have the
I
stomach
mean,
for that.
Hickok's
People
dead.
get hung up on that child murder.
Every other
thing.
person who is a potential bounty hunter to
He is,
bring
but
you
his
in
legacy really
was
lives on.
killed riding with you.
Oakley,
Yeah.
could
Riding
probably,
against you.
Oakley might be able to take you.
Yeah, Annie's she's still around.
Gatling if he gets close enough.
Is she
Gatling?
okay? Annie?
Annie, is she okay?
Annie Oakley?
And you can't underestimate
is she okay?
Johnny Appleseed or Teddy himself. Both of them are
Well, he's freeballing
extremely
somewhere.
powerful
so
individuals.
Tom, are any of those listed people here in town?
Tom, are any of those listed
Annie
people in
Oakley, Johnny Appleseed. Who else? Who other was named?
Hold on, let me get my old-timey phone
I'm
book.
sorry. Clearly, the attempt to help you gain empathy was misguided. However, is this time with Miss James giving you some insight into your pilots? Because they're starting to scare me. Hashtag MetaPoint.
They're pretty scary.
That's true. If Emily Dickinson was here to kill you, you would never even know.
Yeah, you'd just be dead.
I read enough in high school to believe that entirely.
She
She's a
can just
ninja.
imagine you as dead and you're dead.
Well,
Well, I
she's,
certainly felt
she's a
that.
trained ninja,
Yeah, she is an expert ninja.
That makes sense.
Extremely dangerous.
as most female poets were back then.
And lesbians.
And two Bronte.
Nicely done.
How long has he been saving that? How long? Years, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Very well. Wow.
Did you guys know that Helen laughs like a little piggy?
I was really hoping there was a snorting achievement, but I don't think
Oh my goodness, Helen laughs
The
like an
evening is,
adorable little piggy.
fairly unpleasant in your sobriety, and being stuck in John Wesley has not been marvels for your temperament.
it's like a pair of shoes. That's too
Why do you
tight.
look like you're holding in a bong hit?
She's not.
Because the bong's over on this side.
That's true.
Okay, yeah, no, you make an excellent point, some red shirt. 100 points to Brony Robbins. And to Bronte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
Yeah, you get it. That's
I also feel like you should take it away for the fun, so I feel like it should just be a
like,
walk.
no, if we get another one,
Yeah.
that's when points start getting deducted.
Yeah.
no, you parade your wolf skin around.
I
brag about
parade
your
my
killing,
wolf skin.
Talk yourself up. And
I don't know.
well, there's definitely a few people have a reaction to that wolf skin. It's not of the in awe you killed something. It just seems to be very uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, it's 8,000 degrees and I'm wearing a wolf
Doc.
skin.
you hear a couple of miners talking to each other about
Why are they in a bar? They're too young. I'm gonna use
There
that.
are-
the points are gone now.
100 back.
That's
Yeah.
100 back.
I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it.
We all knew you
In
could.
under 5 minutes.
Doubling up on the minor joke. Sorry.
You did it twice in one. That's just no. Okay. That's as bad. It's when I talk about the gallows comedies with him, and I use the other term that people use, and he always turns it into something else. Yeah, you know exactly the joke I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get it too.
That's not okay.
Oh, that would be a fun comedy show. Gallows Guard, and he just like takes the disembodied heads and smashes them.
Okay.
Everybody up front has to get a little piece of plastic.
Anyway, Doc, you hear
You
some
want me to get
minor
something over
talking
here for you?
about
Because you're really reaching.
trying to recover some gold from the bottom of Medina Reservoir. But then they seem to notice you paying attention, and they get into whispers and move over to the other side of the bar. Jesse, you don't seem to find out much, but when you step outside to have yourself a smoke, you hear a couple of fellas talking, and you hear a name that sends a chill down Jesse James' spine. Robert Ford is in town.
Coward. He couldn't help it. He couldn't help it. He's like has a disorder. He can't help it. Stop taking points away from him, Tom. He doesn't deserve it. 100 points deducted from Brony Robbins.
Thank you.
100 points. Okay, y'all, you heard, you felt that.
Oh,
You feel that
so
point.
hard. I felt
You
it.
feel the point total
Yes.
go down.
Oh god.
Yeah, Robert's definitely in town. Somebody says they just saw him on the far side of town, gambling with some fellas.
Seen him in the poker game?
Is he in the poker game, Tom?
I do not know. I don't have access to the list. I can only see through your very, very sharp eyes.
Can I join in this conversation that these people are having? Can
They
I
were
bum a
kind of
smoke?
talking.
Can I bum a
while ago.
smoke?
You can join in with them, sure.
Okay.
They were just mentioning it, and somebody said he saw him. Then they move on. They start talking about other shit, talking about the party tomorrow. Foul language.
Okay, so, hey, do you, I asked him, I wanted to ask, bum a smoke, thank you, that's so kind. So I was thinking about this party and this poker game, like, do you guys know who all's playing? Like, everyone who's
They mentioned some of the names you heard, Sanders and Abraham Lincoln. You hear a new one, J.M. Browning is supposed to be playing.
J.M. Browning, is that it? Like, do we know any other,
Other people could be. There's still 4 days
there's
left.
still 4 days left.
And
The
Custer
sworn
put out-
enemy of Professor Richard Gatling.
In fact, he is the sworn enemy of Professor Richard Gatling. J.M. Browning is.
There's,
Potential.
you said Robert Ford's in town, like, does he have do we know if he's a poker player? You like playing cards?
Well, that's where I seen him. I seen him at the saloon down the road there. He's playing cards with some fellas.
How far is this saloon?
Oh, couldn't be more than a mile.
Cool.
Just down the road.
Thanks. I go back inside with
What
my
the hell does
Your friends
cool
are
mean?
drinking, in more cases, looking miserable in one.
Something wrong with the temperature?
And Doc seems to be very animatedly paying attention to some miners having a conversation. And if you make that joke again, I swear.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to get like a 7 dwarves thing.
next time.
I'm gonna go have another shot.
You have yourself a shot.
We should also have another shot. If Jesse's having one, we should have one.
Well, I
No.
guess I could.
Water's fine.
Everybody is gonna think she's a better drinker than us. That's not okay.
So you're already feeling this then?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
Quite obviously.
But you know,
There you go.
I
Tom's
hate
drunk.
to be outdone.
I ain't gonna get outdone by Jesse James, that's for sure. Tell you what.
You've already been undone, outdone. We're
Undone.
feeling this.
It was one shot. It's not
Yes,
my fault.
have you seen
It's
me?
okay,
Yes, I know. I weigh
Drunk.
84
She's
pounds.
just talking to herself.
But
She's
one
drunk.
more.
Hey guys, I was outside bumming a smoke and I found out another player.
Smoking is
in this
hazardous to your
game.
avatar's health.
Not if you do it to
Yeah,
the
I'm not
bum.
passing that along. Go on.
Right. I found out another player in this tournament. His name is
Robert Ford.
No, you
J.M.
said he doesn't
Browning.
play. There was another person. Another
Oh, you did?
player
J.M.
that was-
Browning. Mm-hmm.
J.M. Browning.
J.M.
J.M. Browning. Does anyone know who that is?
Yeah, he invented machine guns.
Jeremy Moffat Browning. No, he
Good,
invented
but-
machine guns.
Not true.
He's a machine gun guy.
Yeah, you guys.
That's
I
so-
also heard. I don't know if he's playing or not, but I
Miss
heard of
Jessica.
Robert Ford's in town.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell her about that.
Ford's in town.
Thought it might send her avatar up on a...
You say that with a lick in your eyes like you're thinking in your head and you're not telling us everything that you're hearing.
Don't tell her what
Billy?
I'm saying.
How much are you withholding from us?
Well, I don't know. Maybe if you got me another shot, I might tell you something.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Tell you everything then.
I could, that's, you know.
Secrets of the Metaverse are yours for one more shot.
Secrets of the Metaverse are yours for one more shot.
Do we have anything to do tomorrow morning?
Well, potentially.
Tomorrow evening for certain.
Tomorrow evening's a party, but she's got some time to work off a hangover, right?
Yes, and I'll help.
Some of the gentlemen having a discussion in here. I won't indicate them to you now.
Yes.
Are they the ones behind you?
Suggested that there may be a gold deposit to be recovered.
I'll deposit some gold.
Where? Or whence? I don't know, time to talk. Which one?
The place they mentioned was Medina Reservoir.
Medina Reservoir.
Oh,
Where it is?
stuff happened there.
Stuff happened there.
What happened there,
Here's that
Tom?
shot. 1, 2, 3. Here's that shot.
What
You're
happened there,
gonna start
Tom?
telling us everything. Take it down. Where's this reservoir?
Medina?
Yeah.
Off the Medina River.
What happened there, Tom?
Well, it happened a long time ago.
It happened a long time ago.
Can you just move the mouth thing? Do the Muppet.
I could, but I am so very parched.
So very parched, couldn't possibly.
Here's the water. I've heard that does wonders.
Water, Tom? How do we feel about water?
I'll make you a deal
I'll make you a deal.
that will be a lot better than any deals you have made in the past.
Which will be a lot better than any deals you've made in the past.
Let the Matrix drink.
Let the Matrix drink.
And then we don't talk about
And
the other
then
deal.
we don't talk about the other
All right,
deal.
all right. Follow the White Russian. Go ahead and pick
Yeah,
up.
White Russian's like.
Yeah.
Give him a White Russian. Something that's like.
They have whiskey and whiskey.
Yeah. Kind of figured.
Well,
That sounds like 2 whiskeys to me.
Delicious.
Tom, what happened?
At the Medina Reservoir?
Boat full of money, sank.
Boat full of money, soak.
How did it sink?
Hole in the boat.
Hole in the boat,
That's
and
usually
I
how
don't
they
care.
sink.
There's a hole in the boat.
Were the
and I
other
don't
avatars here? Did they cause it? The other team?
Nope. Historical fact. Boat went down, never recovered.
Nope.
It was the bottle.
I think we need the bottle. I'm just. Yep.
Do you know where specifically the boat went down at? Do you have that location?
Where'd it go down?
I know.
Somewhere on the Medina River.
Somewhere on the Medina River. Where's
But where? No one is 100% sure.
No one's
Except for
100%
maybe those
sure.
assholes behind you.
Except maybe those assholes behind you.
Might be worth giving them a little talking to.
Oh, it might be worth giving them a little talking to.
If they need tactical advice, they can come talk to Billy,
Yeah,
and I
they
can
can come
give
and
it.
talk. They can come and talk to me.
we-
Hello.
You know what I'm good at? Drinking.
Ask Tom if he knows
so
the,
good at
ask Tom if he
drinking.
knows the approximate value of the gold that was in that boat legendarily.
How
Is there
much?
a ledger?
Gold.
Well,
We're talking.
considering gold was measured in dollar values during that time, and the price of gold has obviously fluctuated between the two wars, probably whatever they said it was worth, it's probably worth 37% more.
So how much?
Exactly 37% more.
37%
I know,
more.
because it's math.
37% more, cause math.
Okay, how much does the legend say it was?
How much was the legend?
More than enough to cover a person in the poker tournament.
More than
That's the
1,000.
question, right?
No. The
But
question
really
is-
close, like
the
exact
question
dollar
is,
value.
If we split it, would it still be more than enough to cover a person in the poker tournament?
Would that be able to get all of us into the poker?
I'm
It
tournament?
depends on how much you recover.
I'm just saying more flies with vinegar, because that's science. But, you know, if we maybe offer to retrieve it for a fee of half, We don't have to kill nobody, nor intimidate nobody. I really want to.
You want to kill someone?
I want to. It's a want. It's like a.
I feel
Does
like
anybody else feel warm?
I could.
There
I
are 4
could,
meta
I
points
could.
currently.
We
There are
could
4
take.
meta points right now.
We could take.
Why are we so warm?
Because we're hot, baby.
But look at the bar stool. It's because you pissed yourself.
Rude.
So, what are our options?
John Wesley is very rude. I would fight him if he didn't kill us. He would, though. Don't
Negotiation.
fight him.
I'd fight him.
No,
I'd fight him.
Torture.
You wouldn't fight him. He'd kill you.
Can I ride it?
How far is this reservoir?
Unless
Do we
you
know?
rode him. I never even thought of that. Before, I was thinking this is a terrible idea.
Can we even ask Tom anything anymore? Tom, where's the reservoir? Do we know how far it is?
Yes.
Yes.
How far is it?
How far is it?
Less than a day's ride.
Less than a day's
How
ride.
much less than a day?
How much less than a day's ride?
You know, in miles, we could make it in about 30 minutes if we had a car, but we don't. And
30
horse travel is not
minutes.
something I'm super familiar with.
In a car, and Tom doesn't know jack shit about horses.
Santa cars.
Santa
Why did I
car.
say that? Doesn't make any sense.
He could fly.
Probably it's going to be too risky to try and go tomorrow since we need to be at the ball.
Oh,
We have to go tonight.
compound word.
Ass.
Compound words.
It would be too risky.
go,
We
they
could just
go
say
nowhere.
it would be trisky.
Trisky. Trisky,
And again,
trisky,
maybe there will be
trisky.
another option at the party for parlaying the required entry fee.
I want to parlay the partay. I'm super funny. Why didn't you tell me I was so super funny?
Guess you're not.
See,
Hi, guys.
You're funny too. I am clearly hilarious. Tell him how funny I am.
I don't know why it's so loud when she's
They
not
seem to
talking,
be all
but
caught
it
up.
sure is.
Jesse, they seem to be all fixated talking about miners and gold and rivers and kind of just left you hanging there on all you can think about is your brother.
Brother.
Yeah.
In fact, Jesse, are you even there when they start paying attention to you, or did you leave?
I mean, I'm
I gotta know.
I'm planning in my head. I'm planning. If we leave tonight, we could probably get back by mid-afternoon to get to the ball, to get ready for the ball, right? If we do just pull an all-nighter. You're wasted,
Yep.
so I don't know how much use she's gonna be.
Why does she say we're wasted? We are not wasted. We are being used to our very fullest potential. You tell her. You tell her right now.
And all she's doing
We're
is
pretty
talking
great.
to herself.
Yep.
And we need to get to this party. Here's the thing. Robert Ford's here. I need him dead.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
No, Jesse James wants him dead, and you're mad at it.
Yourself.
It's if I can get revenge or just unlock this stress that I have. I don't care what body it's in, whether it's Maddox or Jesse. I don't give a shit. He's someone I can blame.
You
I'm
know
gonna go
what?
blame him.
You're the one who's wasted.
And I'm not allowed to drink?
No, I'm gonna grant you a shot here pretty soon.
Let's
Now,
please, no,
Does
please.
one shot lead to more shots, if you know what I'm saying?
Yes, it does.
All right.
So far, yes.
And those shots are probably going to be shots on people.
I'm going to be very honest with you. The only reason that you haven't just taken off right now is you are fully immersed in your
No,
pilots.
I understand that.
You can feel Jesse in your skull rattling on like a dog at the end of its chain, barking, trying to pull free.
Want to break free?
So
He's probably going to be at the poker tournament.
He's probably going to be at the
probably
poker
is.
tournament.
So I say that if we're gonna get our entry money through this gold, let's leave this ish right now to get it, to come back, to get to this party.
Drunk and ride.
I know.
We need to be in this poker tournament now.
Let's go sell an idea to the Wright brother.
Everyone have their horses. We know where they are.
Well,
Sable.
I would suggest we
Let's travel at night.
Let's travel in.
That seems like a really good idea.
Exceedingly dangerous on horseback.
in a land of werewolves.
We could run them.
We know how to beat them.
Do we have silver? No, we need to get
We
silver.
do have silver. It's on your finger.
I'm not putting that ring risky.
Are we gonna pee?
I was. Again, kind of already. Well, at least.
So can we like?
The bar stool is the only stool under you so far. So. Which I can't say is the same for me.
The night is young.
It's a made a poop joke. Technically not a pun. He gets to keep his points. You tell him. You tell him you can hold on to
You
his
can keep
points.
your points. We should apologize because these people are great and we love
Why do
them.
points matter? If points don't matter.
Ancient Metaverse secrets.
Ancient Metaverse secrets.
That's from a Calgon commercial, but I changed the word from Chinese because I thought it was offensive.
We need to take them away.
We should go to the party. We should go to the party before we go to the river.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna escort Billy back up to the hotel room and put her to bed right now.
Okay.
All right.
That's
And
what
you
I'm
are-
doing right
I'm
now.
gonna dream.
Not going to go
She
to
is
another
thoroughly
saloon, right?
inebriated.
I'm
It seems
gonna
to be
drink-
compounded by the effect of having
It's
Tom.
Two drunk
Two drunk people in one body.
Yeah, no, I carried her upstairs and I put her to bed.
I'm just getting carried by Jesse James. Nobody can hear me.
No one can hear your screams, Tom. It's just me.
That got
That
dark.
was, yeah, that's a.
Yes, dark.
Were that a
Super
one-sided
dark.
conversation, that would be one of the.
I'll be honest,
most-
Andy James. That's why you're my favorite.
I have a favorite time, Tom. Favorite. The world is spinning.
I mean,
Back in the bar
technically, that is true.
below.
That is true.
Our remaining three. What is your plan now that the drunkards are asleep?
Well, I suggest we try and see if we can extract some more information from these gentlemen.
I think that's a good idea.
What more do we need?
Well, right now all we have is somewhere in the river.
Yeah.
A little more specific
And
would
I
do
came to a
nothing but good
realization
for us.
just now that, well, I personally do not want to be a murderous bastard.
Nobody else
Ain't
knows
nobody else here knows.
that. He might quite possibly be the most terrifying man in Texas.
Mike
I
Wasson.
might
Possibly.
Quite possibly.
Quite possibly. I like that even better. That's almost better than hexagonal.
Indisputable.
I like that one.
Are
too.
we getting contact drunk?
Clearly.
I mean-
Contact drunk.
Well, I mean, would it be weird? Did you guys talk? Did you talk to him, and did we eavesdrop this information?
I've eavesdropped thus far.
So you want to join in the conversation? Okay, why don't you do that? I'm gonna go walk around to another saloon and try and find out some more information about this reservoir.
Don't murder anybody. Don't rock to a saloon that's got a fort in it. Keep your head. Keep your head.
I understand what we need to do.
Thank you.
I'll get information about the reservoir.
We will be
You
here.
snore.
Be here later.
I think asking other people at different locations about the reservoir would only stir up their curiosities about it. Best we keep that here and you stay with us.
Okay.
So John.
With you, are you dying?
So John. What do you intend to do?
Maybe a little.
Only on the other
Hey,
side.
fellas. Can't help but overhear your conversation.
They all visibly tense up at your approach.
Now, I'm going to put it to you. Given your reaction, you know of my work. We heard your story about the reservoir, and I gotta say it piqued our interest. Now, ain't no reason y'all can't just sit back and collect a little bit on that story if you just give us some information, because my friend here and I, we're historians of sorts. Probably my second favorite hobby, you know the first. So we would like to go find this ship that has found itself at the bottom of this reservoir, but we need to know a little more, and we would compensate you for that information. We would compensate you beyond, of course, just letting you go about your day.
You're liars.
We are not liars, and you are asleep upstairs, so shut up.
Sit there.
The
Hey,
younger one on
nobody
the
can
right
hear
is
us.
he's got like the
We can
shake
be as
going
loud
on.
as
You
we
can
want.
see it's underneath the table. The one on the left has an angry look. He spits his tobacco on the ground and says, like you made a deal with my brother in Arkansas and you shot him in the back.
Now, there's no need for violence.
I'm just saying you don't have to
Are we
have
crooks?
the same deal.
The younger one that was shaking, there's a small pool forming beneath his right leg on the ground.
Urine! Sorry.
He's clearly too terrified to even move from the table. And the other one's hand keeps drifting closer and closer.
Now you
to
might
his
want
gun.
to keep an eye on your hand there. I'm just telling you right now, we don't want to get. We don't. None of us want to pay for any
I want to
damage.
get up and go rob a
Okay.
bank.
None of us want to pay for any damage.
That would be most unfortunate.
We can complete this transaction. You can discuss with us the information you have. We can give you our word, whatever that is worth to you. I understand.
The younger one, peeing himself, just blurts out, "Is 4 miles to the east, a mile south, past the big stand of the rocks. There's a camp there. There's a camp there. There's a camp there."
If we could rob that bank, we'll be
Thank
back
you
by
very
morning.
much.
Good rob the
Now,
Alamo and
you may not believe
I can
this.
teach you how to pick a lock so fast.
I remember every man I have put down.
I've never robbed a bank.
Everyone.
And you have.
And while I am not truly sorry about everyone, I will promise you a couple of things. One, you will not meet the same fate, provided you do not do anything stupid. And two,
We just go ahead.
I will be good on our word. And we
Climb
will
down.
return
Because
with
we're
what we
really
promised.
stretched.
I know it doesn't bring your brother back,
Yeah, and really fast. We can be back before anyone knew we were gone.
but it puts money
We
in your
could
pocket.
literally
And that's better than what
knock
you got right
over a
now.
liquor store.
And son, get a towel. Also, I know asparagus was a special, but maybe lay off of it. I'm just saying,
Nicely done.
there are wolves about.
And that is all the time we have for today's episode of Project Metaverse.
We're gonna come back and we're gonna be gone.
Oh, so much things. Next week is our finale. I can't wait to see you all there. All kinds of great things are going to happen. You have never seen anything like it, I promise.
This is gonna be a new one. We've never
All
done
right,
that.
I'll see you all next week. Thank you. I love you. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Good night.